Jacksonville, Florida, two fan bases hungry for a postseason win. And the Indiana Hoosiers looking for their first 9-win season since 1967. Welcome to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Season redemption for both of these programs. Indiana back in the postseason, and Tennessee, after a slow start, has won 5 in a row. One of the hottest teams in college football. The Volunteers back in Florida for a bowl game and trying to finish their season on another high note. The crowd support has been fantastic between these two fan bases. Tennessee wanting badly to play here in Jacksonville, and the fans have responded in full force. And after the first 2 weeks of the season, you wouldn't have guessed that Smokey would be at a bowl this year. 0-2 to start the season. A boat sank in the Tennessee River before a game. Things were really looking down for Tennessee, but they got the ship righted, so to speak, and now here they are back into the postseason under head coach Jeremy Pruitt. And a Tennessee team with fantastic school history and great pride, trying to capitalize on that here in Jacksonville. And here come the Volunteers. They certainly know how to milk it, don't they? A dramatic entrance for the guys from Rocky Top. Welcome, everybody. Tom Hart, Tim Hasselbeck, Katie George down on the field. This is one of the great bowl games that has seen college football royalty, from Heisman winners to first-round draft picks. And, Tim, we got some of that royalty in the building here for the 75th anniversary.
Yeah, really, really cool night when you think about it. Celebrating 150 years of college football, the 75th Gator Bowl. And you mentioned college football royalty. Well, how about Archie Manning in the building to be honored? Larry Zonka, of course, the Hall of Famer. And even Steve Spurrier, their old ball coach and former Heisman Trophy winner. With a little shout out to some of these Tennessee fans. Really neat if you appreciate the history of college football.
And you've got to appreciate where Tennessee football is right now. Mention the slow start. They were 0-2 for the first time since 1988. Things were really looking down. Opener with a loss to Georgia State. They played a bevy of guys at quarterbacks, and it's been a season of redemption for the team as a whole and the QB.
You mentioned a bevy of guys at quarterback, basically musical chairs at that position, starting 4 different guys at QB, including Jawan Jennings, the star wide receiver. But they've settled on Jarrett Garantano, and the truth of the matter is he's played his best football late in the season, and it's really been a benefit to this Tennessee offense and the entire team.
Big difference has been the defense. They've cut that down over the last 5 games, and they've also cut down their turnovers. Also a season of redemption for Indiana, specifically their quarterback, Peyton Ramsey, named after Peyton Manning. And for more on that, we say good evening to Katie George.
Well, it's been an incredible season for Indiana, and that's much in part because of their explosive offense, thanks to Peyton Ramsey running the show. He's the most accurate passer in Indiana program history, yet he has weathered his own adversity. Ramsey started 16 games coming into this season before losing his job to true freshman Mike Penix Jr. in fall camp. Now, Ramsey played at various points this season, but took over this past month after Penix Jr. was injured. Ramsey is now playing his best football and was the catalyst in IU's double overtime win against Purdue. The way he has handled going from starter to backup to starter again has been remarkable. He's said to be the ultimate competitor and the most respected player on this team, Tom.
And he appreciates what he has in front of him, a chance to start a bowl game for his head coach, Tom Allen. Indiana won the toss. They've elected to defer, so the Volunteers will receive to get us going. Ty Chandler, Marquez Callaway back to receive for Tennessee. Nathaniel Snyder will kick off for Indiana. And we are underway from the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Ty Chandler will watch it sail over his head, and we'll get our first look at Jarrett Garantano. Garantano's a New Jersey native. He felt at home on Rocky Top for a while, then things got rocky for him. And so when he came out of the bullpen to lead Tennessee to a win at Kentucky, things got righted. In the next game, he threw for 400 against Missouri, joining only Peyton Manning and Tyler Bray as a 400-yard passer in Tennessee history.
He's weathered the storm, and they really believe in his ability. It's just now about playing with the confidence that they feel like he should play with here at Tennessee.
Ty Chandler will get the start at tailback behind Garantano out of the shotgun. A Tennessee team sitting on 7 wins, 5-3 in the SEC. And Chandler on the first touch with a 5-yard gash brought down by Devon Matthews at safety and a flag on the play. Pac-12 crew working our game tonight. Brian Hayes, the umpire.
Holding offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That's Jerome Carvin, sophomore from Memphis, who has started just 3 games this season, each of the last 3. A Tennessee offensive line that might be a little slow to go. Brandon Kennedy got the start today, but he was injured in the final game of the season against Vanderbilt. There was question as to whether or not Kennedy would go. And we'll tell you about Trey Smith and what he's had to deal with all season a little bit later. So 1st and 20 for Garantano. And he wants to throw out to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 5. That's Tyler Bird.
Staying on schedule is going to be important for Tennessee. I really believe they have the advantage with their strength up front. And so if they can work double teams, get movement up front, that's going to play to their strengths. You get off of schedule, you know, in 2nd and long here, living in 3rd and long. That's not what Tennessee does best.
Tennessee will be a man short first half. They're playing without their star receiver, Juwan Jennings. Suspended for the first half after a scuffle at the end of the Vandy game. Handoff and a gash on the left side. It's Ty Chandler again, and this time he rips off a 9-yard run. Tywan Mullen with the tackle.
And it's a great block by Trey Smith, the left guard. Just look at the movement. Great job of passing it off with Wanye Morris. The little stunt there, and that's why Ty Chandler is such a nice hole and alley to run through.
Trey Smith, first team all-conference. He was the #1 recruit in the nation when he showed up on Rocky Top. But his career has been derailed because of blood clots. 3rd down 6. 3-man rush. Garantano has to leave the pocket. Got nowhere to go. Tries to fit it in short of the marker. A pickup of only 2, and Indiana's defense forces a 3 and out.
Really good job by Indiana. They're showing pressure early on. They end up just rushing 3, playing coverage, and Cam Jones, the linebacker, does an excellent job in coverage, forces Garantano to hold on to the football, and obviously not able to convert for the first down.
Paxton Brooks to punt it away. Whop Filliard, junior wide receiver from right here in Florida, down in Tampa, set to return. He is dynamic. Filliard from the 26 wants to return. Slipped the first, but not the second. 42-yard punt and 4 on the return. Katie told you about Peyton Ramsey. He's the son of a high school coach out of Cincinnati Elder. 3-time academic all-conference. I guess one word to describe him would be resilient.
I think you're exactly right, Tom. The other thing would describe him is efficient. The guy's been an excellent quarterback here at Indiana. He's accurate, knows how to play the position, and his leadership, and then came to a whole new level after being benched and then getting the job back. Proved a lot to his teammates, and they've rallied around him.
He's cut down on his interceptions from last season. That efficiency, 13 touchdowns to just 4 picks. Filliard in motion, and Ramsey will operate out of the shotgun with Samson James behind him. Over the middle, and that's Peyton Hendershot, his tight end, as reliable as anything.
Really good tight end Hendershot is, and that's an excellent job by Peyton Ramsey. He's working to his left. Hendershot ends up being the 3rd guy in the progression. He works outside in to his tight end right over the ball. Good start for Peyton Ramsey.
Indiana without their #1 tailback, Stevie Scott III. Didn't play in the old Oak and Bucket win for Indiana. Dramatic double overtime victory against Purdue. Tennessee brings a corner blitz. Little lob out to Hendershot. And Hendershot gets taken down. Daniel Petulli, the first one there. Darrell Taylor with the tackle to loss of 2.
It's an RPO for Indiana. Tennessee is bringing a pressure off of the edge. And you see there, Schomburger is in the lane for Peyton Ramsey to try to get the ball to Hendershot. And so he's just not able to navigate it, puts too much air on it, and that's why Petulli and the rest of the crew are able to rally and make the tackle.
Ronnie Walker now in a tailback, 3rd and 4. Indiana's been fantastic on third downs this season. Tennessee moved. There's the flag. Ramsey, it's a chance to go deep. Over the middle. It's batted down. And a flag in the back end, too. Failure, the intended receiver. It was Matthew Butler who moved up front.
There are 2 fouls on the play by the defense. Offsides, defense, number 94. That penalty will be declined. Pass interference, defense, number 19. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Correction, it was on 18. Nigel Warrior, the senior safety.
And it's a great job by Peyton Ramsey changing up the clap in terms of the snap count. Ends up getting Butler to jump off sides. Now you know you have a free play, aggressive with the football to fill y'all. And Nigel Warrior just a little too soon, and so smart play by the quarterback.
An Indiana offense, which is led by their passing game, 14th in the country. Tennessee missed the line at the snap, didn't matter. James got absolutely destroyed by DeAndre Johnson. It's a loss of 2. How would you describe this Indiana passing game in terms of how often they take deep shots versus how often they use it as an extended running game?
Well, they do a lot as an extension of the running game. Running the football is not what they do best. So spitting it out to the perimeter is part of what they do run game-wise. Bunch of RPOs, and then they'll take shots off of that. Very creative, and they do a good job of timing up their shots. 99th in the country in running. Ramsey pressured, sidesteps a guy, shovels it out, and it's picked off. Tennessee with the takeaway, Sean Schamberger. It's the second time Ramsey has had to adjust his delivery in this game. And Indiana's running shallow crossers. And so what's happening is zone coverage, and Schamberger just does a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes, jumping it, and making a play on the football.
Season finale of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Something big is terrorizing Fansville.
It threw that goalpost like a toothpick.
It punched a hole in the Jumbotron.
I found this.
Big fan. I'll help you find your big fan, Sheriff. He wears shoulder pads with spikes in them. He doesn't just drink Dr. Pepper. He eats it. He'll be at the biggest tailgate of the year.
The mayor's got to shut down that tailgate.
Big fan is not real.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
This is protection in a world of distraction. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
With Domino's $5.99 mix and match deal, you can feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person.
My wallet.
Or your daughter can.
Keep the change.
Feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person with the $5.99 mix and match deal at Domino's.
Better give me your attention, the underdose. Made it through. Making moves. I need some room.
Hi, I'm Brian Rhodes, President and CEO of TaxSlayer. As a company, our goal is to make it easy to file your taxes online so you have more time for the things you enjoy, like watching the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. For over 50 years, TaxSlayer has given America's taxpayers the tools they need to file and to get the refunds they deserve. Last year, we helped file over 10 million returns and over $12 billion in refunds. Join our many fans and slay your taxes this year with TaxSlayer. Enjoy the game.
The largest crowd in the history of the Peach Bowl.
29-yard field goal. Jordan will hold. And it's a fake. Jordan runs the football. Touchdown! Indiana has taken the lead.
Here goes Cobb into the end zone for his second touchdown. Final score, Tennessee 27, Indiana 22.
The only other previous meeting between these two teams came in the postseason in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta 32 years ago today. Pac-12 crew took a nice long look at the interception, and it's going to stay Tennessee football.
I think it's the right decision. You look at it, looks like Schamberger initially has it. You see the backside of this football touch the ground, but there isn't any evidence to say that Schamberger is not controlling the football. So it can touch the ground if he's controlling it. He comes up with it looking like he has control, and I think it's the right decision to not overturn it.
Tennessee will have Eric Gray, freshman running back, in the game behind Jarrett Garantano now. He's coming off of a school freshman rushing record in the finale against Vandy. Play action, Garantano going deep. Man open for a moment. Leaping grab and a Tennessee first down. Ramel Keaton with just his third catch of the season, and it goes for 46.
It's just a deep post, and it's a good job of Garantano of throwing him down the field, because Mullen, the corner, the backside corner, does a great job of falling off of it. He just can't go and high point it like Keaton.
So first and goal for Tennessee. Garantano looking end zone. Comes up just short, and tripped up is Dominic Wood-Anderson after a gain of 3.
Tennessee hurried up to snap that football. As you see the catch there, obviously contested. It's a great job by Keaton, because it's an excellent play by Mullen, the backside corner, but Keaton just too strong at the moment of truth to go up and get the football.
Keaton getting a chance to play with Juwan Jennings, their leading receiver, out for the first half due to an SEC mandated suspension. Second and goal. Garantano fires end zone off the hands of Marquez Callaway.
And he had Callaway. It's a corner flat combination, and he makes the right read. It's a little late with the football, and then it's high and behind. We've seen Callaway make some great catches this season, but that's one that Garantano's make an accurate throw. You've got 6.
Gray will empty out to the top of the formation. Garantano in the backfield by himself. Garantano's got an alley, and he gets flipped at the 3. Micah McFadden out of Plant High School in Tampa, one of a handful of kids from Plant, had the tackle. Garantano, fourth and goal, got a face full of sod, so let's keep the offense on the field.
Interesting decision considering Tennessee 112th in red zone touchdown efficiency this season.
They're just 2 of 11 on fourth down, second worst in the country, and they've missed on their last 5 tries on fourth. Garantano back end zone, incomplete. And Indiana forces a turnover on downs with a goal line stand.
Well, Tennessee goes back to the same play they ran on second down. They've opened on the corner. Garantano just late with the football, runs out of real estate. Huge stop for Indiana.
Get more of what you want out of a Florida vacation and less of what you don't. Jacksonville. It's easier here.
Today's attendance, 19,000 State Farm agents.
Go for State Farm.
Who do you play for, Mahomes? State Farm. Who? State Farm. One more time. State Farm.
Wake up.
And that's when I always wake up. What does it mean?
Clearly it means you should combine your home and auto with State Farm.
It's a weird interpretation.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
When it comes to resolutions, there's always next year. The new extra cheesy Alfredo pizza on garlic Parmesan crust for just $10. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
You leave it to me.
The TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, brought to you by TaxSlayer. It's your refund. Go get it and visit Jacksonville. Go to visitjacksonville.com to see why vacationing is easier here in Jacksonville.
Bowl games are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be relaxed. Don't tell that to Indiana head coach Tom Allen, his pregame motivation.
When you finish tonight, you finish empty. Nothing left. Nothing left inside of you. There ain't no calls left for the coaches. There ain't no energy left for the players. It's all out there. And most of all, no regrets. Nothing. You leave it all on that field. Everything you got for 60 minutes. That's how you finish. That's how you finish. Finish on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Tom Allen was so intense when he was a position coach at Ole Miss. He jumped into a pile of players. His mouth landed on his helmet. He lost 3 teeth. It didn't seem to slow him down then or tonight. Indiana from their own end zone trying to find some breathing room. And it's Samson James for a gain of 6.
Tom Allen looking like he wanted to cover a kickoff, the opening kickoff. Oh my word, you're right. Talk about bowl games being fun. This is a big deal for this Indiana program. You can see it in the intensity, and Tom Allen in that pregame speech, and his team finds themselves backed up here. Interesting situation for them to be in, backed up with a band, Tennessee's band right behind you, all that crowd noise.
2nd and 4, that's Watt Fillier in motion. First ever bowl game in the state of Florida for this Indiana program. It's Hendershot, the tight end again, his 2nd catch. And he's finally brought down by Warrior after gain of 15. It's obvious that he's dependable for Peyton Ramsey.
He's dependable, and they do an excellent job designing him to get open. Hendershot right here is going to set to block, but then he's going to delay and release. It's that little delay that allows the coverage to retreat. It's an easy decision, easy read for the quarterback, but a nice pickup for the Indiana offense.
Hendershot was a little shaky getting off the field after that shot from Warrior. We'll see how soon he returns. 5 wide now for Ramsey. And another quick release. This is Matt Bjorson, the 2nd string tight end. It's a gain of 5.
And one of the things you like about Peyton Ramsey as a quarterback is that he doesn't get too greedy. He doesn't get bored taking the simple completion. We've seen a couple times now is the throw, 4 yards right over the ball. He's content taking that, and I think it's one of the things Indiana's going to try to do to get Tennessee to try to match up and play a little bit more man-to-man coverage.
Straight ahead run on 2nd and 4, and a gain of 3 for Samson James. James had a great game against Purdue, 22 carries, 118 yards and a touchdown. In lieu of Stevie Scott III, their leading rusher, who's out with an injury, though Scott was on the field for the warm-ups in full pads, probably just a decoy tonight.
Yeah, and Stevie Scott been the best back for Indiana, the most all-around back, and Samson James probably going to be a very good player, but a true freshman, and he probably doesn't run with as much power as Stevie Scott, so situations like this are interesting for the Indiana offense.
Stevie Scott, number 8, flags on the play before the snap on 3rd and 1, and movement on Indiana.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Let's go down the field, checking with Katie George.
Well, guys, Peyton Hendershot is shooken up, and he's visibly in a lot of pain. They're going to take him to the locker room right now and evaluate that right shoulder.
Hendershot, not only a reliable receiver, tight end for Peyton Ramsey, but one of his great friends. He helped him deal with losing his job at the end of fall camp and was a shoulder for him to lean on, and now his shoulder will take him to the locker room. It's gone from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. Tennessee brings a blitz. They got a hand on Ramsey and finally bring him down. Henry Toe came flying in. Kevon Bennett ends up with a sack.
Tennessee does an excellent job here. They're showing pressure from this side, but these guys are going to bail out of it. And here comes the blitz from over here. And Peyton Ramsey doesn't see it. He's confused. They're not picked up. And that's how Tennessee's able to get home. Get into some of these known passing situations on third down. I think you're playing into the hands of Jeremy Pruitt, doing some creative stuff defensively to get to the quarterback.
Left-footed Aussie Hayden Whitehead punts this one away. Looking for a hop. And it'll come to rest at the 26-yard line. 45-yard punt for Whitehead. No return. Return to Jacksonville in a moment.
This is protection in a world of distraction. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
Why is the thin crust of Little Caesars Thin Crust Pizza hiding under all that cheese and pepperoni? It's shy. Hello, Little Crust. Get a Little Caesars large thin crust pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $6.49.
Pizza, pizza.
The wait is over. T-Mobile is lighting up 5G nationwide. While some 5G signals go only blocks, T-Mobile 5G goes miles. Beyond the big cities, to the small towns, to the people. Now, millions of Americans can have access to 5G on T-Mobile. And this is just the beginning. T-Mobile, the first and only nationwide 5G network.
We will start with the caviar and the scallops with smashed avocado. And for my main course, I'm leaning towards the Wagyu filet, but I'm also curious about the duck.
What are you doing? Do you hear what she's ordering? I'm transferring some cash from my Advanced Financial Flex loan into my bank account.
Yeah, but will the money be there before you pay for the check?
Oh, sure. Advanced Financial's fast. I can transfer anytime, anywhere. Is she still ordering?
Oh, yeah.
And for you?
I love what she's having.
Excellent choices.
My great-grandfather named it community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors.
And for 100 years, our family has been about two things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for community coffee at a store near you.
The College Football Playoff National Championship game. #1 LSU, #3 Clemson, January 13th at 8 on ESPN.
LSU and Clemson for the national championship. What a run it's been for the Clemson Tigers and their fan base. They could walk into any stadium right now with their shoulders back and the chest puffed out.
And they should, and LSU could feel the same way. Look at these offenses. I mean, just so much fun to watch. They're well coached. They have just athletes at every single position. And, you know, it starts with the quarterbacks, obviously. And I can't remember a time I was as excited for a matchup as I am for this one and those quarterbacks, and to see them head-to-head is going to be a lot of fun.
Tennessee goes the I formation first time tonight with Ty Chandler in the backfield. Chandler trying to find the edge. A flag comes flying in from behind after he picked up a yard.
Holding. Offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Tennessee is short their leading receiver. Let's take it to Nashville's West End Thanksgiving weekend. Juwan Jennings tackles a punt returner. It was slick. They slipped around a little bit. Punt returner lost his helmet. Juwan Jennings stepped on his face. And the Southeastern Conference came in and said, even though he wasn't flagged during the game, we would rather him not play in the first half tonight. Philip Fulmer wasn't necessarily pleased with it, but he said we will honor the wishes of the conference, and Jeremy Pruitt seemingly felt the same after we met with him yesterday. Garantano able to connect on the perimeter to Josh Palmer. So that impacts Tennessee greatly in the first half of this game.
It's a huge impact, Tom, because he's their best offensive player, and he basically started the game at quarterback, kind of playing the wildcat position, and he's very good with the football in his hand. Not necessarily a blazer in terms of speed, but when he gets the ball, he gets angry and gets faster than he probably is. They're going to miss him in the first half, and they need guys like Palmer to step up while he's out.
Our moment to say hello to Juwan Jennings. He's sitting in the Tennessee locker room right now watching the broadcast. Getting a scouting report. He'll have fresh legs when he gets in. For more, here's Katie.
Well, Marquez Callaway is another guy that produces for this Tennessee offense, and he told me he's not approaching this first half any differently. He said the worst thing he could do is try to overcreate or do too much in Jennings' absence. He just wants to do his job, focus in, rather than trying to produce for two people.
Well, two guys who have been on the field more often already than typical. Ramel Keaton, who had that big catch earlier in the quarter, and Cedric Tillman. A couple of youngsters, two freshmen, trying to take advantage of the chance. Tim Jordan in the backfield now with Garantano. On 3rd and 5, Garantano goes over the middle, complete for a Tennessee first down. And once again, it's Ramel Keaton, who has as many catches in this first quarter than he had all season.
This good patience by Jaron Garantano. Look at what happens here. They're running crossers. It basically distorts the zone coverage, and Keaton just sits right in that hole. That's good timing by Garantano. Good job of the mesh. Sift through that zone, find the soft spot, ball right on him. That's playing the quarterback position the way it should be played.
Garantano has started this game 6 of 8. The 2 misfires, though, came in the end zone. Wow, fantastic penetration up front from Raekwon Jones.
Raekwon Jones, just a good instinctive player. You just watch what happens here. He's going to end up shooting this gap, and he comes through basically untouched. Just diagnose it, shoot your gun, go make a play in the backfield. You can see why Raekwon Jones is a guy that these Indiana coaches just raved about. Been through some adversity in his life and plays with great effort and great instincts.
He's also playing with an SEC chip on his shoulder. He wanted to play in the conference, didn't recruit him. Big room on the left side and a big run for Eric Gray, and a Tennessee first down on 23 yards.
And Eric Gray, nice little run here, because this is an excellent move on Micah McFadden, who's a tremendous tackler. Good speed to the perimeter. You get the sense for Tennessee running behind Trey Smith. Been good to him so far.
Indiana players down, top of your screen. Tennessee fans thinking it was a delay of game situation, but what a run for Eric Gray. Tennessee has shown tonight that they want to mix it up and go tempo after big plays.
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea. It's not necessarily the identity of their offense to speed things up, catch you off guard, but seems like it has caught Indiana off guard a few times. And sometimes, Tom, I think, too, at the layoff, because, your last game to your bowl game, yeah, you're practicing and, you're doing various things. But the truth of the matter is, that game speed and the tempo of that changes. And so I think it's a nice little plan by Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee.
It's Raekwon Jones making his 23rd consecutive start, who went down right over by the IU sideline. Capital One Bowl Mania continues Friday afternoon on ESPN as Ohio faces Nevada in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's Ohio's 5th straight year in a bowl game, while Nevada is playing in their 12th game in the last 14 years. Friday, 3:30 Eastern on ESPN in the ESPN app. Eric Gray, after that big run, is still in the game for Tennessee. He broke Jamal Lewis's freshman record for rushing yards in a single game. Lewis set that record back in '97. His former coach, Philip Fulmer, honored before the game today as a Gator Bowl legend. On first down, Gray again. Tried to duck outside, but Tywone Mullen was waiting there. Tywone Mullen is a big personality. He's a big-time player. And he was a big-time recruit for Tom Allen, who was FaceTiming with him every single day leading up to signing day.
And you can see why. He's a cover corner. He's not real big. He's listed at 175 pounds. That's a big-time tackle by a guy who's known as a cover corner. To come up and fill and run support like that and make an open field tackle, it's an impressive play by a true freshman.
Back-to-back recruiting classes for Indiana, the top two in their history. Garantano had a tip by James Head.
Garantano's probably lucky that this ball was tipped because Micah McFadden is running right out underneath the slant. But Garantano is trying to throw. You see McFadden running underneath the slant. And if that ball doesn't get batted down, that might be going the other way.
Head one of a couple of dozen Indiana players from the state of Florida on their roster this season. 3rd and 9 now. Deep drop for Garantano. Got spun down as he threw, and a fantastic catch for the first down by Marquez Callaway, a gain of 19.
Fantastic catch is right. I thought Garantano overthrew Callaway. He's running the over route. But there was a chance that this ball was going to end up getting picked off. He's just going to bend it to the corner. See that little window there? Any higher, and I think Andre Brown maybe is going to be able to make a play on that football. But he hangs in there, and then Callaway, 6'2", just elevates to go get that ball.
Riley Locklear is now in a right guard for Tennessee. Jerome Carvin came limping off the field after that play. Gray changes direction. And he'll carry dudes with him with an entire pile of Tennessee pushing. It turns into a gain of 7. So the Volunteers again on the doorstep. They went for it on 4th and goal on their last possession and came up empty. 10th play of this drive.
Raekwon Jones out of the game for Indiana. If I'm Tennessee, I'm just hammering this football.
Gray got hammered himself. James Head with another big play in this drive, no gain. How do you view the matchup of Tennessee's offensive line in Indiana's front 7?
Well, Tennessee's offensive line is bigger and stronger, and when they know who they're blocking, they're a pretty good group, and they get a lot of movement. Indiana is going to try to move around a little bit, stem, to try to create some confusion. And they've done that a few times, which is why we've seen some of those run-throughs.
We've got no score through 1 quarter. The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, and Tennessee will be looking at a 3rd down from the 6-yard line when we return. It's Volunteers versus Hoosiers, and no score through 1.
We are a force.
A tax-slaying force. We start free and get our biggest refund possible.
We have the right tools at the right price. And taxes don't stand a chance. Tax Slayer. It's your refund. Go get it.
Rated R.
This is protection in a world of distraction. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
There's a better way to sell your stuff.
Check out Mercari, the selling app. You
can sell almost anything. Just take a few pics, add a description, and boom, it's listed. Stuff gone, money in the bank.
Sell it, ship it, and get paid with Mercari.
Welcome to the Chipotle Free Delivery Bowl. Don't just watch the bowl, order the bowl. Get free delivery on the bowl. Then eat that delicious bowl. Order now and get free delivery for a limited time.
Crunchy satisfaction and cheesy perfection.
Ooh, who's winning?
I'm talking about Cheez-It, the perfect cheesy snack to watch the game with.
You know, I almost went pro, but I blew out my knee.
You don't have any knees, Cheese.
Man.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
When your skin is feeling dry and crinkly, time for Gold Bond Healing Lotion. Penetrates 10 surface layers deep with 7 moisturizers, 3 vitamins. Skin is nourished, healed, healthy looking. Gold Bond Healing. Ultimate lotion, ultimate skin.
We used to love going out with Julia and Mike, but since they bought their new house...
Which menu am I looking at here?
Start with tapas.
Oh, it's tapas.
Tapas. Get out of town.
It's like eating dinner with your parents.
Sandra, are you in school?
Yes, I'm in art school.
Oh, wow. So have you thought about how you're going to make money?
At least we're learning some new things. We bundled our home and auto with Progressive. Saved a bunch. Oh, we got a wobbler.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
That's what the extra menu's for.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Welcome back to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Jarrett Garantano and the Tennessee Volunteers facing a stern test when they've gotten near the Indiana goal line. The Hoosiers trying to look for another goal line stop. Welcome back to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Second ever meeting between the Volunteers and Hoosiers. It's another Big Ten SEC matchup. And we're scoreless as we get ready to start the second quarter. With Katie George alongside Tim Hasselbeck, I'm Tom Hart. Tennessee switching sides now, looking at a third down under the direction of Garantano. Garantano looking back. That was covered. Nowhere to go with the football. Fires incomplete. Fantastic coverage downfield, and Eric Gray, the intended receiver, had no chance.
Basically, a tight end throwback is what they're looking to do. They're going to leak the tight end back here, and as Garantano rolls out, he's going to look back for the tight end. Indiana does an excellent job. You see it basically trying to slow play it. There's Indiana sitting there waiting for it. Excellent job staying home. Garantano's got nowhere to go with the football.
23-yard attempt for Brent Somaglia. Junior for Nashville has been great, but he missed a couple in the finale in his hometown against Vanderbilt. High snap handled, and the kick is good, and Tennessee finally on the board after 2 trips into the red zone. A 12-play, 67-yard drive that took 6:04 off the clock. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. So this is an Indiana program looking for their first 9-win season since 1967. It was also the first and only time that Indiana played in the Rose Bowl. Big win this season came against Nebraska, among others. They basically won every game they were supposed to win, and that's what got them to 8 wins. Look for the first postseason win since the '91 Copper Bowl against Baylor. They've lost their last 4 bowl games.
Tom Allen's done a tremendous job of changing the expectation and the mindset, the belief of what Indiana football can be. And obviously is happy. He's already come up with 1 stop in the red zone to hold Tennessee to a field goal. You see the excitement. You know, I think he just basically, when he became the head coach, he wanted guys to have a mindset that, and a belief that they could win. You know, it's been 28 years since their last bowl win. And he came down here with a mission to try to win this football game.
No return for Indiana. Let's check in with the studio. Kevin Connors.
All right, Tom. Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl dominated by Cincinnati's Desmond Ridder. Game included a 1-hour weather delay. Ridder ran for 3 touchdowns, also threw for 100 yards on the ground as well. Luke Fickell gets the Gatorade bath. Not exactly the cereal bath Herm Edwards got for winning the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, but they'll take it. Tom?
All right, Kevin, thank you. Here at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, Tennessee with a 3-0 lead over Indiana. But if you think about it from Tom Allen's perspective, they could be down 14-0.
Yeah, you're thrilled with just 3-0 at this point with the way it's gone for Tennessee marching down the field.
Peyton Ramsey 4 for 5 through the air to start this game. And again, movement. And Indiana didn't get the play off.
Game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Tom Allen not happy. You mentioned the fact that these teams have been on a month-long layoff, essentially.
And Tom Allen just screaming, that cannot happen. And he's exactly right. No reason ever for a delay of game coming out of the break.
Ramsey pressured. They can't quite get to him, and he slides out for a gain of 2. Capital One Bowl Mania rolls on Saturday on ESPN when Southern Miss takes on Tulane in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl from Fort Worth, Texas. Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 Central on ESPN and also on the ESPN app. What do you got on Willie Fritz?
Willie Fritz won 5 of his first 6, then last 5 of his last 6, so maybe try to finish on a high note.
But a good run for Tulane. 2nd and 14. Ramsey again pressured. And again escapes. Ramsey stumbles out past the 25-yard line. Something out of nothing. It turns into a gain of 6. Aubrey Solomon nearly had him wrapped up.
You mentioned it. Something out of nothing. Initially, a pretty good job of the Indiana offensive line. And Ramsey, the competitiveness in the pocket. I mean, that's one of the things I really liked about him, watching him in preparation for this game, is just he's got a pretty good feel. No panic. Good job just making something out of nothing, getting into a situation where you can try to convert on 3rd down.
Tennessee moves. Free play for Ramsey. And he'll get swallowed up and taken down by Darrell Taylor. Darrell Middleton moved up front for Tennessee, junior out of Knoxville.
Offside. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Here's the issue if you're Tennessee. I mean, you got a 6'7", 311-pound defensive tackle jumping off sides on 3rd and 8. And these guys aren't necessarily speed edge rushers that are looking for that jump. And so you just can't have it. We've had it happen twice now, creating free plays. Tennessee's fortunate that Ramsey wasn't able to take a shot down the field. Going to need a little more discipline in some of these known passing situations.
3rd down 3 now. Pressure from the edge. Ramsey rolls the opposite way. And he will run for the 1st down. And an awkward stumble slide to avoid the contact.
It isn't always the prettiest when Peyton Ramsey runs, but I would tell you, it's pretty effective. You don't get style points, and he does a nice job there. There's pressure coming off of the left side, and he feels it, so he starts to drift to the right, and as he's drifting to the right, he realizes that running for the 1st down is the best way to convert.
He ran for 2 touchdowns in the win against Purdue in the season finale, including the game winner in double overtime. Here's a screen to Ellis, and Tennessee had it sniffed out. Coverage by Henry To'o, the freshman linebacker, SEC All-Freshman team.
And plays like that are why he was on that SEC All-Freshman team. To'o did a great job of diagnosing the little wide receiver screen that Indiana's trying to get to David Ellis. He's a really, really nice-looking player, and I think it's been a benefit for him playing next to Daniel Batuli, a veteran player, to try to help him out a little bit, but To'o's got a bright future ahead of him.
1 freshman linebacker and 1 senior linebacker on the field for Tennessee. Ramsey has all day now. He's going to dial deep. Incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, Ty Freifogel.
You know, that's what Indiana will try to do to you. I mean, you think about it, you know, not a whole lot of shots from them so far. They like to just spit the ball out to the sides, and Freifogel, a big receiver, 6'2", down the field, and Ramsey just overshoots him.
So it leaves Indiana with a 3rd and 10. Pressured again, and he's sacked. Sean Schamberger had the pick earlier in this game, comes with a sack and a loss of 10.
Once again, no passing situation, and here comes the pressure. Basically, the left tackle is going to come out here, and then it's that little stunt inside, which gets to Ramsey right away. I mean, confusion up front for Indiana in pass protection. Leaves Peyton Ramsey standing there. Schamberger is able to come in for the sack.
24-year-old Hayden White had to punt it away. First trip to the States is when he showed up to play football at Indiana from the 30-yard line. Marquez Callaway after a 44-yard punt with 4 on the return. Speaking of Tennessee quarterbacks, we'll hear from one of the most beloved. Josh Dobbs is in the building. That happens next.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All 2-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular 4-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All cheap 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Now only at Domino's for $7.99 each, you can carry out all 5 crust options with any 3 toppings. Sometimes large foldable Brooklyn-style crust is a perfect fit. Or carry out any of our 5 crusts for just $7.99 every day, only at Domino's.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
I'm serving a life sentence for something I didn't do. Becoming a lawyer is what's getting me out. Whatever it takes, whoever I have to fight, I will get myself home for my family.
Incline's going high today. Woo! We are burning calories now.
The higher the incline, the higher the calorie burn.
We're gonna climb up right into the clouds. Absolutely stunning. Wow, just take a moment to look at that. Nicely done. Beautiful job today. That hike was incredible. Doesn't get any better than that.
When you're juggling work, friends, and family, trying to fit in a doctor's visit can throw you off balance. That's why there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. With 24/7 access and free online visits, you can connect with the doctor when it's convenient for you and get the treatment you need delivered right to your door. Start your free online visit today at GetRoman.com/TV. Roman, let's take care of it.
Let's take you back to the 2015 Gator Bowl, another SEC Big Ten matchup. Josh Dobbs and the Tennessee Volunteers in year 2 of the Butch Jones era, doing work against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Dobbs ran for 2 TDs. He passed for another. Tennessee beat Iowa 45-28. He was the MVP. First bowl win for Tennessee since 2008, and he's standing by with Arcady George.
Thanks, Tom. Josh, the last time Tennessee played in the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, you took home the MVP trophy. What's it like playing in this bowl game?
It's a blast. We're celebrating the 75th anniversary of this bowl game, so it's amazing to see the people that have played and been around this bowl game. Had Coach Former, Coach Dickey, Coach Spurrier, a long list of names that played in this game. So to be the MVP, to participate in the game was an honor then. It's an honor to be back here supporting my team now.
You're a big fan of Jeremy Pruitt. What do you think of the job he's done turning things around in his 2nd season?
I've enjoyed seeing the growth of the team, of the program. It's a hard-nosed group of guys when they get on the field. I got a chance to play against some twice in college. So I know the type of defenses that he puts on the field. I know the type of football coach he is, and he's definitely going to be successful at Tennessee. It's been great seeing the progression from year 1 to year 2. And I know, the sky's really the limit with the guys that they're bringing in, the guys that they have. So it's fun to watch.
You overlapped with Jarrett one season at Tennessee. What do you think of the way he responded this second half of the season?
It's been amazing to see his toughness. Both physically and mentally. I'm seeing him, whether he was benched, needed to improve, and then he's come out and shown it. He's come out, has turned the season around, and I've really been a fan of him, since I was with him at Tennessee to now. Physically, he's been beaten up, been injured, but he's still out there competing for his brother. So I'm proud of him. I'm glad to be able to support him, and hopefully he continues to play good football tonight.
Thanks for the time, Josh. Best of luck with the Jaguars.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Ty Chandler with the carry after starting his career with Pittsburgh. As Katie mentioned, Josh now on the roster of the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's been more Tennessee connections than just Josh Dobbs, including the Manning family playing this, Archie when he was at Ole Miss, and Peyton his freshman year.
Yeah, Josh talking about some of the great players that have played in this game, seeing Archie Manning prior to the game, talking to him. Said 49 years ago today, he played in this bowl game, and he also said he had a broken arm. They had to create a cast for him, and I said, how'd it go? He said, I ran all over the place.
Deep shot for Callaway, and that's incomplete.
It's pretty cool, and you talk to a player, and he's saying it's 49 years ago today, but he remembered it like it was yesterday, and the smile on his face talking about it, and I think for so many of these players, and then he was quick to say, oh yeah, and you know what, Peyton played in this game as a true freshman 25 years ago, and really cool opportunity, even for someone like Josh Dobbs, who's in the NFL. He's excited about guys like Archie Manning to be back and to be a part of it. So obviously for these players to come out onto the field and see guys like Steve Spurrier and Archie Manning here, really fun to be a part of a night like this.
On 2nd and 10, Garantano swings it out. This is Palmer. What about the opportunity for Taylor, Isaiah, and Grace Hasselbeck to spend some time talking with Archie?
Well, pretty fun. Archie and my father were teammates with the Minnesota Vikings. My brother and Peyton in the same class. I was Eli's backup at the Giants for a couple of years. And, Archie Manning doesn't need to be said by me. Obviously, one of the class acts in all of college football and such a great ambassador for the sport. And so it was certainly a treat for me to see him as well as the rest of my family.
So 3rd and short now for Tennessee. It's 3rd and 1. Steve Spurrier was introduced pregame. Go figure, the Tennessee fans booed him. He responded with a gator chop. Straight ahead for a first down as the Tennessee drive continues. 5 yards for Ty Chandler. Tennessee with a balanced attack so far. In terms of what they're trying to do offensively, 24 plays, 11 on the ground, 13 through the air. Do you expect that to continue?
I do. The strength of their team really is getting behind this big, strong offensive line.
And they do just that. And another 5-yard gain to Marcus Elliott with the stop. The anchor of that offensive line, first-team all-conference selection, Trey Smith. There's a fantastic article written today by Chris Lowe on ESPN.com that talked about Trey's struggles with blood clots, his willingness to play, his desire to play, and how they've balanced his season after having only 2 contact practices all year, and he's performing at an all-conference level.
Well, at an all-conference level, he's a major NFL prospect, and NFL teams know he's a little rusty on game days, but they still really like what they see. He really has all the tools to be a fine player. You referenced him earlier as big-time recruit coming out of high school, maybe thought to play tackle, but they've moved him to guard, and he's been an absolute superstar there. And to think what he's been through health-wise and to play the way he's played is really nothing short of remarkable.
He had an All-American season as a freshman in 2017. You see the playing time had been limited since, and he only got cleared to play this season very, very late in fall camp.
Jeremy Pruitt even changed the way they practice to get him more walk-through reps with the teams. To tell you, when you're changing your practice schedule for your left guard, that guy must be a stud.
Play action, Garantano with a bullet complete. It's a pickup of 4 to Josh Palmer.
And people are going to wonder why Trey Smith, why people like him so much on that play there, a little RPO. You know, he's got a little contact on the defensive tackle and just a stab on Micah McFadden trying to run through the A-gap. Look at this. Boom. No, don't come in here. Let me tell you something. McFadden's a good player. That's Trey Smith just sticking an arm out saying, not today.
He's also a finalist for the Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year Award. Not very collegial on the football field. Pick up a 3 for Tim Jordan. Marcelino Ball, fourth-year junior out of Roswell, Georgia, with the stop.
I mean, you just look at, he's a mauler. You know what I mean? Come off. You just think about this for a guy who's not practicing, you know, and with contact. And so much of what Tennessee likes to do offensively is work double teams. You got to work with the guy. Kind of like working with somebody for the first time ever going out there.
I think you've been great. You've been great, Matt. 10th play of the drive for Tennessee. Two drives into the red zone, only 3 points to show for it so far. That's complete, but Ty Chandler lost his footing, could have had a lot more, only found 5.
Ty Chandler, pretty versatile player. He's got good ball skills for a running back coming out of the backfield. A little bit of an option route there, and you're right, it could have been a bigger play. Had Garantano been able to keep him up. But big conversion there, and then the story, though, is, you know, 0 for 2 in terms of touchdowns. Mentioned it earlier, 112th in red zone touchdown efficiency on the season, or excuse me, 111th, and need to find a way to put it into the end zone.
And that's a surprise on the Indiana side. They have not had good red zone defense this season. Garantano hands it off, and Indiana right there. It's a loss of a yard. Fantastic penetration coming up front from James Miller, another Florida native.
And it's another run through in that right side A-gap. So between the center and the guard to the right side, it's another run through. And a lot of times we talk about double teams. You know, when guys are slow to come off of double teams or are not getting enough movement in those double teams, you can end up having those run throughs, and James Miller able to do that.
Had a great meeting with Kane Womack yesterday at 32, the youngest coordinator in the Power 5. And he said, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wear out the A-gap. We're going to do things a little bit differently than what we've shown over the course of the season. Garantano looking pylon. It is incomplete. And part of that, he said, was we've been a man coverage team all season. Tennessee probably expects that. We're going to get away from that in this game.
And they got away from it right there on that second down play, trying to run a post wheel combination, and Mullen does an excellent job once again. Lets the post go, falls off on the wheel route to Wood Anderson, and been really impressed with Mullen. He's listed at 5'10". Kane Womack basically told us he was about 5'8", but he plays bigger than 5'8". And you think about the red zone struggles, I think you miss Jawan Jennings in situations like this.
Tennessee.
Volunteers looking at a 3rd and 12. Through upturned visors and all. Back in a moment.
We are a force.
A tax-slaying force.
We march forward with a trusted family-owned company at our backs.
With the right tools at the right price, right at our fingertips.
We start free and get our biggest refund possible.
Guaranteed.
For most of the year, we're everyday people.
But right now, we're all tax slayers.
And taxes don't stand a chance. Tax Slayer. It's your refund. Go get it.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All two-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular four-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All cheap 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
Wendy's is the official hamburger of the NCAA. But the hamburgers aren't just for the officials. They're for anyone, even kickers. And right now, you can officially get your game day meal delivered through the Wendy's app.
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, brought to you by Florida's enchanted Amelia Island. Come make memories. And the Jeep Big Finish event. So hurry in and end the year with a great deal.
Fun bowl activities throughout the course of this week for both teams. Indiana had a chance to go to Topgolf. That's a pretty good swing right there.
Especially for a big man.
Yeah. 3-0 Tennessee. Volunteers have had some swings in the red zone, and they've only mustered 3 points out of their first 2 trips. 15 minutes time of possession for Tennessee, but only 3 points.
Just look at just 15 plays for Indiana offensively. Kind of an odd way to start for an offense that Indiana typically does a pretty good job of controlling the clock.
Tennessee's converted 2 third downs on this drive. Garantano fires, and it gets batted down. Nearly picked by Mullen. Devon Monster Matthews came in from his safety spot to get a hand on it.
And I think Garantano's just late again. They're running a corner flat combination. Boom, stick it right on him right there, but Garantano's just a little bit late as he's trying to get the ball to Fant. You see the safety's just able to come over the top and make a play on the football. One criticism I would have about Garantano's game, I just feel like he's a little bit late. He wants to see it first and then throw, rather than play with anticipation.
32-yard attempt for Samaglia, just squeezes in the upright. A 14-play drive for Tennessee, covers 50 yards in 6 minutes, but only gets them 3.
On an Urgent Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
What do we got?
Took a goalpost to the head while celebrating.
What a great comeback by State.
Who's State?
Wait. He's got fan knees. Forgot he's a fan. Somebody get him a Dr. Pepper. Stat!
Who's Dr. Pepper?
Your husband's gone.
Whoa, that's good. Have you tried it? What's it called? Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
We're all shaped by something. For 150 years, college football has shaped schools, communities, leaders, our country, ourselves. This season, as we honor 150 years of passion and tradition, enduring legacies and indelible memories, we celebrate the good in the game.
UFC 246, McGregor Cowboy. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PP.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Does ferociously strong tape mean? T-Rex is on a mission to find out. First, we froze T-Rex duct tape in a solid block of ice. Then we braved bitter temperatures in the dead of winter to put it to work. The result of this extreme, real-world test? That frozen to the core T-Rex tape still sticks, even in the coldest temperatures. Holds stronger, works longer. Ferociously strong tape.
They can prepare for a month on what we do, but they cannot prepare for who I know we are. Does everybody understand that? Yes, sir. So you be who we are.
ESPN Plus takes you inside the college football playoff, behind-the-scenes access from the semis. The first 2 episodes of the 4-part series are now streaming on ESPN Plus. Let's go deeper into Trevor Lawrence's game.
Well, he has all the tools. I mean, he'll stand inside the pocket, take a hit, and still has the ability to drive the football down the field to those really talented wide receivers. But the story of their offense, to me, and Trevor Lawrence, has been his ability as a runner. When he was struggling early in the season with interceptions, he was still running the ball well in the red zone. And then, how about a week ago, Trevor Lawrence just really playing like Lamar Jackson. I mean, just running the football. You just look at the last 7 games, 22 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions, when the beginning of the season the story was the interceptions. And so just look at him, 77-2 career record as a high school and college football starting quarterback. I think we've seen so much of his athleticism as a runner, and I think that will be one of the keys to that championship game.
So that long run against Ohio State didn't surprise you?
Well, the move in the open field surprised me a little bit because he is a big man. But we've seen him run the ball a bunch in the red zone. A lot of zone reads, keep the ball. But a quarterback draw and shaking the free safety is impressive.
16 carries, 107 yards in that game for Lawrence. Let's go back to the studio. Here's Kevin Connors.
Yeah, and Tom, coming up on the Mercedes-Benz halftime report, we're going to talk about Tua. Should he stay or should he go? His decision's coming up. We'll get into that. Plus more on Trevor Lawrence, how his wheels might impact the national championship game. We've got Emmanuel Acho, Cole Kublik in studio. We hope to see you at the half.
Now that's a trio. Peyton Ramsey, coach's son out of Cincinnati Elder High School, lost the quarterback job in fall camp. Came off the bench a few times to lead Indiana to wins and regained his starting spot due to injuries. He swings it out to Whop Fillier, who picks up just 1 yard. Whop's given name Mr. Elias D'Angelo Fillier, but he loved Whoppers as a kid. The Burger King Whoppers, and it's been shortened so far to Whop. For more, here's Katie.
Well, Whop told me if Indiana follows in the footsteps of California, he could sell a whole lot of Whoppers in the state of Indiana. He says that's the only thing fans in the state of Indiana will be buying if he's selling.
Name, image, and likeness. And if you could get Baconator at left tackle, you'd be in good shape. 5 wide now for Ramsey. And Ramsey able to go to his tight end. The ball came loose, but able to scoop it up as Peyton Hendershot, who's back in the game. Remember, he had the shoulder injury in the first quarter, and he just took another blast.
He did. It's a good close on the football. I'm not sure he catches this. Ball's in there, and then it's like it's immediately ripped out. This is Jalen McCullough, the true freshman, getting in there, and I don't think that's a catch.
Wasn't much of a gain. Regardless, it leaves 3rd and 9. Tennessee fans to their feet here in Jacksonville. Peyton Ramsey taken down in the backfield. A host of volunteers there, starting with Darrell Taylor. It's a loss of 3, second sack for Tennessee tonight.
You mentioned it, Darrell Taylor. He's going against Caleb Jones. He's the best pass rusher for Tennessee defensively, and he just wins. Just gets to the edge, and Taylor comes into the game with 7 sacks. You can see why the Volunteers feel like he's their best pass rusher.
Indiana averaging less than 2 yards per play. Hayden Whitehead to punt it away again. Fair catch taken at the 37-yard line, 39-yard punt. Volunteers a pair of field goals, and that's it. Missed opportunities for the Volunteers, but a 6-0 lead.
So, you want this, but you can't have it without this, or this, or this. Until now, introducing a new way to travel, intranationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Get all that culture, all the cuisine from that culture. You're welcome. All the gram-worthy sights from that hashtag culture. It's right here at home. St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intranationally.
At T-Mobile, start 2020 off with a deal on iPhone 11 that'll have you seeing double. Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 2 lines of unlimited for only $90 and 2 iPhone 11s on us. All on T-Mobile's newest, most powerful signal that goes farther than ever before. Get twice the deal with 2 lines of unlimited for $90 and 2 iPhone 11s on us.
Everything's better, yeah, it's better like that.
Only at T-Mobile.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more... You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All 2-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular 4-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All cheap 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Let's take a look at who's making smart decisions. Brought to you by NerdWallet.
Well, Jared Garantano is, and that's a good thing for Tennessee's offense, as he's able to hit Mel Keaton on the deep over route. And then on 3rd down, good timing again to Keaton. And then working the little corner route to Callaway. Good decision so far by Jared Garantano. And the key for him is, obviously he's been kind of on fire to the right. But this Tennessee offense, when they get down into the red zone, to find a way to come away with 6.
Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator for this Indiana team. Son of Dave Womack, longtime coach and coordinator. Including time in the SEC at Ole Miss on Hugh Freeze's staff. Eric Gray finds 3 yards. It was interesting, he was telling us yesterday, like, we've had a month to prepare. They've seen all of our film. We're going to be different. How long does it take for a staff to understand and react to that?
Well, I think it probably takes you, maybe a quarter, maybe a few drives. I think the interesting thing for Indiana is they just learned when they played Michigan, some of those big power forward type wide receivers were a challenge for them, and they kind of learned their lesson playing against Michigan, and so they're going to treat these Tennessee wide receivers differently.
Here's Eric Gray again, and Gray gets folded up after a pickup of 5. Did the ball come out? Perhaps after he was down. Cam Jones with the stop. Interesting talking with Kane Womack about his introduction to football. His dad was a longtime coach at Southern Miss. He said, my first memory was being on the bus, riding from Hattiesburg to take on Alabama. Every year, every game was on the road. Tuscaloosa or Birmingham, and seeing my dad around the players gave me a bug for the game.
No wonder he got into the profession.
3rd down 2. Can Kane Womack's defense come up with a 3rd down stop? They're coming with pressure up the middle, and it is intercepted! Micah McFadden with the pick, his 2nd of the season. And the defense comes up with their biggest play of the night.
What great timing by Cam Jones. Cam Jones basically times up the snap count of this Tennessee offense. And you see, here comes Cam Jones, basically, almost meets the ball at the quarterback, and sometimes you just have to eat the football. Garantano tries to get it off, arm is hit, and Micah McFadden able to come up with a stop. And that is a huge stop for this Indiana defense, because they had been on the field a ton with how Indiana's offense had been struggling.
And this is the Hoosiers' only 2nd play in Tennessee territory. The previous one lost 2 yards. Samson James finds tough sledding with Henry Toe there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can just see how it's hard for Indiana to get movement on this big defensive line of Tennessee. Slug away in the run game is going to be difficult for Indiana. I would expect them to, spit the ball out to the perimeter, treat that like an outside run game, and make these big guys up front for Indiana run sideline to sideline.
Their leading receiver so far has been the tight end Hendershot. And there's Hendershot again. Toe brings him down. It's a gain of 3.
Another little tight end delay. Kalen DeBoer, the offensive coordinator for Indiana, I think is a really good play caller and trying to find easy completions for his quarterback that's been under a little bit of pressure.
3rd and 6. Big orange, big wig. Timeout, Indiana. First timeout of the game for the Hoosiers.
Indiana. This is a 30-second timeout.
So 3rd and 6 coming up for Tom Allen's team. You mentioned Peyton Ramsey and the opportunities for this Indiana offense. The tight end Peyton Hendershot has been a security blanket for him all season, but they're not getting much yardage out of the shots to him.
Well, we just saw there Henry To'oTo'o does a good job of retreating, diagnosing it, and then rallying up to make a tackle. And I think one of the things we've seen from this Tennessee defense is that they've been well coached. They've got guys that are flying to the football. And so some of these shorter throws where where Indiana's made some hay all season long, Tennessee's doing a good job of rallying to the ball and really not allowing them to gain many yards.
Offensive coordinator Kalen DeBoer, the new Fresno State head coach, taking over for Jeff Tedford, who he was an assistant for before showing up in Bloomington. 3rd down, 6. Four-man rush. Ramsey complete, but short of the marker to Miles Marshall. First catch for Marshall tonight.
Indiana staying on the field here, and I think that's the right decision.
Kicking game was reliable all season until the finale. Ramsey trying to sneak it, finds the edge, and he finds an Indiana first down.
It's plays like that are why Indiana loves Peyton Ramsey. It's a quarterback sneak. Tennessee's got everybody bunched in tight. This is just instincts and being a football player. It's a quarterback sneak, and he goes all the way out, outside the tight end.
Second charge timeout. Tennessee. This is a 30-second timeout.
Volunteers will talk about it. Let's go back to that 3rd down play. They brought him up to a 4th and short. Got that as a catch.
We saw the interception earlier where the ball hits the ground, but we didn't see the ball move. This ball clearly hits the ground. Now that second look at it, looks like he re-grips the football. The first shot seemed like he had it.
It's been a change for these officials in the postseason. Until we get to the College Football National Championship game, the major conferences that use collaborative replay aren't using it. So the replay is happening only in the building for this Pac-12 crew, as opposed to having extra eyes back in their conference office. Fresh set of downs for Indiana into Tennessee territory. Ramsey has time now, and he slings it to the perimeter to Ronnie Walker. There's Henry To'oTo'o again. He can do just about everything for the Volunteers.
He really can, because that's a good decision by Peyton Ramsey. They're running 4 verticals, everybody down the field.
Timeout. Indiana. This is a 30-second timeout.
Ronnie Walker is running a little option route. Look at To'oTo'o, he's right on him. It's an accurate throw, and then it's a good open field tackle. And so plays like that for this Indiana offense have turned into big plays this season. So far, To'oTo'o doing a nice job.
Wildcard weekend starts on both ESPN and ABC Saturday at 4:35 Eastern as Josh Allen and the Bills take on Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Coverage starts with postseason NFL countdown at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Both shows live on the ESPN app. So Indiana with 1 timeout remaining, 32 seconds left in the half. We mentioned the kicking game. It had been so good. So good under Logan Justice, who didn't miss his first 14 attempts of the season. And then in a rivalry game against Purdue, he missed 3.
Yeah, and Tom Allen basically said, I'm not going to watch him miss his 4th. And so he replaced him, but he thinks his confidence is back. And really seemed like it'd be full go for this one.
As long as 50. 2nd and 8, 1 timeout remaining. Ramsey, got a Green to his right. Throws on the run. End zone. Incomplete. Nick Westbrook couldn't squeeze it. Coverage from Nigel Warrior.
That's a good job of Nigel Warrior. They're playing Tampa 2, Tennessee is, and kind of gets distorted as Ramsey escapes outside the pocket. And Westbrook's coming from the backside there, and Ramsey gives him a pretty good football. Would have been a tough catch.
Generally speaking, what's a weak spot against Tampa 2?
Tampa 2, you know, you have the middle linebacker running deep, and so it's not, you know, it looks like it's the middle of the field, but it's typically not. It's usually between the numbers and the hash marks you can find a soft spot.
On 3rd and 8, Ramsey, quarterback draw. And Ramsey scrambles out of bounds to stop the clock with 17 seconds left. He picked up 10. Matthew Bedford, at left tackle, sealed it for him.
Was a good block by Bedford, the true freshman left tackle. Also a nice play call by Kalen DeBoer as he motions out of the backfield. That removes To'o from the box, and so as they run that quarterback draw, it's a hat for the Indiana offense.
Ramsey checks at the sideline. 1st and 10 with 17 seconds left. A touchdown, and Indiana, almost unfathomable, could take the lead into the locker room. Ramsey scrambles again. Pressure from behind. And he fakes his way inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. A 13-yard scramble. Clock will stop for a moment to move the chain.
Peyton Ramsey, I mean, you see just the, he's a football playing dude. I mean, he just gets out there and he gets in a situation. I think you got to stop the clock here if Tennessee spiked the football.
So Ramsey will spike it. They'll have 3 seconds left. Boy, they lost 5 seconds. They lost a chance to run a play, then kick.
Yeah, there's really not an excuse for that because, you know, the clock stops. If you clock the football there, spike the football, you still have your timeout. You have a lot of options, and I don't know what the confusion was. And so now you basically, you know, take a timeout into halftime. There's no reason for that.
And so Logan Justice will return to the field for Indiana, benched at the end of the Purdue game. Trying to kick in a driving, wet, windy rainstorm. And a timeout taken by Indiana. It was interesting, talking with Tom Allen, he said, you know, kickers can be difficult. He was dealing with special teams at a previous stop at Ole Miss. He said, I gave him a few days after the end of the season. I got him on the phone. I talked through it with him. And Justice had somebody else he could lean on. That was Peyton Ramsey, who we've told you lost his starting job. And he was able to get Peyton with him and walk through the frustrations of missing 3 kicks against your rival.
Yeah, and hearing from your starting quarterback, who, you know, everybody has rallied around, is probably better than hearing from your head coach. And there's been a different level of respect and leadership out of Peyton Ramsey with the way he responded to his adversity. And I think the feeling is that Logan Justice is, you know, come out of the adversity that he's facing and gets an opportunity here.
Out of Mount Vernon High School, Justice, second team All Big Ten kicker. And Tennessee's going to ice him. In that Purdue game,
charge timeout. Tennessee.
He had 2 deep shots from 40 and 43. He pulled both of those wide, and a chip shot he left wide left.
Like your golf game? I'm not in the mind of kickers, but I will tell you, you've had, you know, almost a month basically to think about being out there again kicking. Your own team calls a timeout as you're out there. Then the opposing team calls a timeout. I mean, you're standing over this putt for a long time. Right. I would love to know what's going through his head.
Well, talking with Tom Allen, he said, listen, when our bowl practices first started, he was a little shaky. He admitted that he wasn't the same kicker after that Purdue game. We'll see if he's back on track with his 24-yard attempt to get Indiana on the board. And that must feel like redemption for Logan Justice. I'm sure a huge sigh of relief. We would hit the half in a field goal contest.
A field goal contest, but Indiana getting the football to start the second half, and a nice little opportunity for a double dip, coming away with 3 there.
So the Hoosiers trying to snap a 5-game bowl losing streak in the first ever game here in the state of Florida. Their head coach Tom Allen standing by with Katie George.
Tom, your defense came up big multiple times in the red zone. What did you think of their efforts in the first half?
They've done a great job. They're good to keep things in front of them, try not to give up big plays, tackle them pretty well. Just really proud of their effort, just staying with it and forcing them to kick field goals.
Offensively, Peyton is under a ton of pressure. How can you continue to get movement in this next half?
Well, we're going to have to do a better job up front. We're losing some one-on-one matchups. They're doing a good job just rushing for them many times, but we got to do a better job protecting. We'll make some adjustments at halftime.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
So we hit the half with Tennessee holding a 6-3 advantage on Indiana. Let's get you back to the studio. Kevin Connors alongside Emmanuel Lacho and Cole Kublik here in Jacksonville, where the Hoosiers are finally on the board at the end of the half.
All right, Tom, as you all know, college basketball all about threes. Why not college football as well? 6-3 game, Mercedes-Benz halftime report. Kev, Ach, and Cube here in studio for you. We had kind of a bizarre game to get things started here on ESPN earlier today. College football and the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl. BC Cincinnati, no A.J. Dillon. This game had an hour weather delay in it. Ach, Desmond Ridder, though, the dual threat breaking the ice.
Desmond Ridder, he put on a show. The game leader, high as far as rushing yards, passing yards for both teams. Phenomenal performance.
Well, this game was totally dominated by Cincinnati.
You don't anticipate a team. I understand Boston College did not have A.J. Dillon, but they are built to run the football. They are built to play power football. This is a legitimate front seven that Cincinnati brought to the table. But still, that defensive performance for Luke Fickell's team, elite this afternoon.
Ridder threw for a touchdown as well. Ach, 11th win season for the Bearcats since 2008.
Yeah, phenomenal performance. Again, I'm not convinced Boston College realized to come back out on the field, Cole, after the weather delay. But Cincinnati, they for sure did. They put it on.
A lot of issues there. You think about having to just restart that whole thing. It's just very confusing.
38-6 the final. When we come back, we're talking about the national championship game and how running the football might impact this one coming up.
Coach Saban convinced us. We're committing to Aflac.
Why Aflac?
Because health insurance doesn't always pay at all.
Aflac.
After surgery, we had extra bills, follow-up visits, deductibles. We thought health insurance had us covered for everything, but it didn't.
Aflac gives you money directly to help you with those things.
I want to thank my wife, my mom, the duck.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze.
Whatever happens out there today, remember, you have the Hilton app.
Will the Hilton app help us pick the starters?
Great question. No. But it can help you pick your room from the floor plan.
Can the Hilton app help us score?
Yeah, it's not that kind of thing, but you can score free Wi-Fi.
Can it help us win?
Hey, we're all winners with the Hilton Price Match Guarantee, all right? Man, you guys are adorable. All right, let's go lose this soccer game. Come on.
Book with the Hilton app. If you find a lower rate, we match it and give you 25% off that stay. Expect better. Expect Hilton.
With Domino's $5.99 mix and match deal, you can feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person.
My wallet.
Or your daughter can.
Keep the change.
Feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person with the $5.99 mix and match deal at Domino's.
This isn't a liner. Well, to be clear, it's a clear liner from Smile Direct Club. Our liners take teeth like these and transform them into those. They discreetly take this and turn it into that. We send your aligners directly to you, and in an average of 6 months, you could have a lifetime supply of confidence. Join more than 500,000 satisfied grunners who got a smile they love for only $85 a month at SmileDirectClub.com.
I followed my path. You gave me a community.
I wanted to see everything. You provided a lens.
I put in the time. You set the stage. I love my university. You will too.
Welcome back to the Mercedes-Benz Halftime Report.
Diamonds on me with my shirt tucked
Yeah. I rap this but not for long. Then I go cop another one. I got it all, it ain't enough, but I'm still gonna run it up. So I'm gonna be what I want, when I want, when I want. Yeah. I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, when I want. Yeah. I'm going hard till I'm gone, till I'm gone, till I'm gone. Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Mercedes-Benz halftime report. It'll be inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome 11 days from tonight. The college football national championship game, LSU and Clemson. You got Burrow and Lawrence. Whatever the over is, I'm not sure it's high enough. Cole, what part of the Clemson offense must produce to win this game?
I know it's easy to say this now because Trevor Lawrence looked great running the football in the semifinal game against Ohio State. But I've thought for a while now the recipe to Clemson winning a national championship was on his legs. This offense is very different this year. Best offensive line they've had under Dabo. We know Travis Etienne is elite. You have to pay more attention to the front side of the run game. Therefore, the backside of runs like you saw from Trevor Lawrence there is going to be open. Or you add an extra blocker in design run plays like the quarterback counter that you see here. And guess what? He's built to handle 15, 20 hits a game, and he has the speed to be able to run away from an elite defense. LSU has to make a decision. Do we want to shade towards the front side of the run game and take away Travis Etienne? Or are our safeties going to have to stay deep and back to play against these big frisbee-catching dogs that Clemson has at wide receiver? That's where Ohio State made the difference. They had guys that could cover, and they allowed their front seven to be able to play a little bit differently in the run game. Trevor Lawrence's legs will be huge if Clemson's going to, one, consistently move the football and then score enough points to outduel Joe Burrow and win a national title.
Yeah, the biggest 67-yard touchdown run in college football history. Och, flip side of the coin, what's the key for the LSU offense against that stingy Clemson defense?
The game of football is all about the mismatch. Now, when you're LSU and you got a ton of talented players, it's typically pretty easy to find. But LSU specifically targets their slot receiver, Justin Jefferson, on safeties. And we saw it firsthand in the college football playoffs earlier against Oklahoma. You see Jefferson at the bottom of the screen. He's one-on-one against Boyle. So it doesn't appear, but when he reappears, he's reappearing with the ball in his hand for 6 like Houdini. Now, last year, championship game, Alabama, Jerry Jeudy, they targeted Tanner Muse, number 19 for Clemson. He's incredibly smart. He's incredibly good in the run game. But gentlemen, in the pass game, that might be the weak link, and you're only as good as your weak link. So I think LSU, they're going to look around Clemson's defense, going to say, any, mini, miny, mo, who the heck can we pick on? And they might try to target number 19, Tanner Muse.
Can I get an adjustment? In the semifinal game, Alex Grinch, can I get an adjustment in the slot? Can I try to find a different way to handle this? Brent Venables will not be afraid to adjust. And one advantage that he'll have coordinating Clemson's defense against LSU, he'll give you every front in the book. I've talked to offensive coordinators that have gone against this defense this year, and they say, Cole, I don't know how they do it. They don't have the time to be able to practice a bear, an odd, an okie, an even, all the different coverages, the blitz packages that they bring, the slants, the stunts. He's been overly aggressive with that front because he knows it's a young defensive line. So they're going to attack, and they're going to go after them. But Joe Burrow has proven time and time again, you attack me, I torture you.
Yep, and here's what is incredibly interesting to Cole's point. If you watch the first half of Clemson versus Ohio State, Clemson was sitting in a 4-down front, right? I was sitting like, uh-oh, they're about to get abused. Ohio State marching up and down the field, up and down the field. Then all of a sudden, they changed things up. By the third series, they moved to a 3-down front. I was like, wait a second, Brent, you just had this in your back pocket? Switch to a 3-down front. Ohio State doesn't score for, I think, another 2 quarters. So, to Cole's point, it's going to be very interesting because LSU, they'll have a game plan. But I think Clemson, they're just going to keep readjusting that game plan that LSU has.
Again, 11 days from tonight, the college football national championship game. Alabama not a part of it, but we are talking Alabama and their star quarterback coming up when the Mercedes-Benz halftime report continues.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
May your holidays glow bright and all your dreams take flight. Lease the C300 sedan for just $399 a month at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Hurry in today.
There's something out there for you and me. And the American road is calling. So what's it gonna be? Hey, it's an amazing day, traveling our own highway. No matter where it leads us, we can smile, 'cause he's leaning in the miles.
What's the difference between good and great? Good treats you like a customer. Great treats you like a friend. From saving your haircut details and clip notes to saving you time with online check-in, Great Clips makes your life easier, just like a great friend should. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
A lot happens over 225 years. Traditions take hold, limits are tested, champions reign, leaders arise, memories are made. A legacy grows. For the past 225 years and the next, Tennessee Volunteers are lighting the way.
What's up, everyone? It's Maria Taylor, and I'm going to be riding around in the first ever Mercedes-Benz GLB, saying yes to adventure with some of my favorite people in college football.
Don't you wish you could have said yes to a national championship, David?
Yes, I do.
Where'd Coach go? Get him, get him!
Sneaking up on me.
Hit into the table. There you go.
It jumped.
It did jump.
You
It
made
jumped
the
far
whole
enough for high
jump,
enough.
please.
LeBron James is locked in. Hammer time. Yes, sir. Unreal. LeBron James is delivering. LBJ. Express yourself, LeBron James.
Back on the Mercedes-Benz halftime report, news around college football today. DJ Durkin hired to Lane Kiffin's coaching staff at Ole Miss. Durkin, of course, was the head coach at Maryland until he was fired in 2018 following the death of Jordan McNair and a subsequent investigation. Meantime, more news around the college game. Alabama tackle Alex Leatherwood coming back for his senior season. Cole, first team All-SEC. He wanted to come back and get his degree.
He's versatile, played right guard for Alabama a season ago, bumps out to left tackle after Jonah Williams leaves to go to the NFL. I think he's left tackle number 2 behind Oregon's Penei Sewell entering the 2020 season.
And stick around for his senior year. Meantime, the man he's protecting, Tua Tagovailoa, tweeted he's going to make his future plans known on January 6th. Suffered a dislocated right hip in November in a win over Mississippi State. Remains Alabama's top-rated prospect on Mel Kiper's big board. He's got millions of reasons to go to the NFL. Why stay at Alabama?
I think you stay at Alabama for a couple reasons. Number one, to reclaim dominance at Alabama. If you want to stay, that's the first reason. The last major taste in Tua's mouth on the national stage, losing to Clemson. You don't want that. And then also remember losing and getting hurt over the course of this season. Just not a good taste in your mouth. So you want to come back with your brothers to win ball games. Now, does that outweigh the millions of dollars that you could potentially sacrifice? Not necessarily. But if Tua does come back and he plays this season clean, I think he'll go just as high, if not higher, next year.
I don't think he'll be the number 1 pick, but he's got a chance to be in the top 5. I wonder what you are really risking here. Let's look past the money. As beat up as Tua has been, he may be risking the ability to play football for a much longer period of time. He's had the 2 tightrope ankle surgeries. He's now had a dislocated hip that's had to have been surgically repaired. Yeah. Not a lot of people talk about the fact that he missed spring football with a broken wrist this past season. He was in the injury tent every game the year before last when he was playing at Alabama. Durability is a real concern for me. When he comes back, every single team's going to know, if we want to get Alabama, we got to get number 13 out of the game. I fear for his health long term and how good of a football player he could potentially be long term if he comes back and gets beat up the way he did this past season.
Here's the very tricky part to Cole's point, but that's the question I pose to myself and to you and anybody at home is, as a football player, do you ever really assume you're going to get hurt? And I think that's the decision that Tua has to deal with. As a player, to Cole's point, if you assume, man, I've been hurt, so I'm going to get hurt, that's why I'm going to walk away. But that's so difficult for people to do, and I don't know that Tua's going to be able to do that. If he does, then of course you got to leave and go get that money.
We're going to find out what his decision is January 6th. Jarrett Garantano, hey, he's doing what he can in this first half. For Tennessee, 130 yards passing, but we've still yet to see someone break the plane of the goal line. 6-3 game at the half.
May your holidays glow bright and all your dreams take flight. Lease the GLC 300 SUV for $439 a month with credit towards your first month's payment at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
Bosch high-performance windshield wipers, getting you to life's most important moments, whatever the weather. Bosch Icon. No rain checks.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
Why is the thin crust of Little Caesars Thin Crust Pizza hiding under all that cheese and pepperoni? It's shy. Hello, Little Crust. Get a Little Caesars large thin crust pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $6.49.
Pizza, pizza.
I'm scared. Don't be. I'm perfectly okay at this. Just okay? First time is always hard. Does it get any easier? I'll let you know. Ah! No, the second time is just as scary.
It's a beautiful day for football.
Walking side by side with you, we're walking side by side. We'll keep moving step by step. Take a walk with me.
The National Championship Game, presented by AT&T, January 13th on ESPN.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
In Capital One Bowl Mania, we're down to the final 4 games of bowl season. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl tomorrow. Ohio, Nevada will be in studio for that. And then 100 miles separating Tulane and Southern Miss. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Still some football to squeeze out before we get to the national title game, January 13th. Second half is on the way.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
When your skin is feeling dry and crinkly, time for Gold Bond Healing Lotion. Penetrates 10 surface layers deep with 7 moisturizers, 3 vitamins. Skin is nourished, healed, healthy looking. Gold Bond Healing. Ultimate lotion, ultimate skin.
Crunchy satisfaction and cheesy perfection.
Ooh, who's winning?
I'm talking about Cheez-It, the perfect cheesy snack to watch the game with.
You know, I almost went pro, but I blew out my knee.
You don't have any knees, Cheese.
Man.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Welcome to Mount Crustmore, where toasty Parmesan peaks soar high above a sea of garlicky goodness. The new garlic Parmesan crust for just $10. Only at Papa John's.
Let it fly. In the SEC, there's a deep pattern in these things we do that our grandparents still do. Let it fly. To the outside world, it's an uncommon rhapsody for all eternity. No rhyme, no reason. Let it fly. Do we do what others do? No. And we do it more.
When it comes to erectile dysfunction, hair loss, or cold sores, getting the treatment you need doesn't have to be uncomfortable. That's why there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. With Roman, you can talk with a U.S. licensed physician online. And if prescribed, we'll ship authentic medication in discreet packaging right to your door. High quality care from the comfort of your home. Start your free online visit today at GetRoman.com/TV. Roman, let's take care of it.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
You're watching Capital One Bowl Mania.
You gotta fall down before you fight back. Was feeling so weak, but baby, I'm strong. Little did I know I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm a champion.
Welcome back to the TechSlayer Gator Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Plenty of storylines in this one. Most of them revolve around the defense, and Indiana's defense has stifled Tennessee on 3 trips inside the 20-yard line, holding the Volunteers to a pair of field goals and turning them over on downs. Welcome back, Tom Hart, Tim Hasselbeck. We got Katie George down on the sideline. Tennessee gets a huge advantage because they're going to add a player for the second half.
Yeah, big deal to get Juwan Jennings back. He's their best offensive player, and so to have him in the second half, maybe some of those red zone woes will go away. They can put him in the backfield, direct snap it to him. They can throw him the goal line fade, and so it might change things for the way this Tennessee offense operates down in the red zone.
Jennings out of the locker room, in his pads, getting loose and ready to go. Jennings is the leading receiver, one of the top receivers in Tennessee school history. On the other side, Indiana's quarterback Peyton Ramsey has been running for his life all night. Those runs, by the way, have turned into some of Indiana's biggest gains, even though the Hoosiers have only managed 69 yards in the first half. Paxton Brooks will kick it off. David Ellis back to receive for Indiana. "32 years to the day of the only other meeting between these programs come in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Ellis will have a chance from the 2 to the 20. Looking for an alley to the 30-yard line. A moment ago, Katie George with Tennessee head coach Jeremy Pruitt.
Jeremy, your offense is moving the ball very well, but what's keeping you from converting in the red zone?
Well, when we had some throws on first and second down, we missed the guys or we didn't have good protection. So got to be able to run the ball in, too. So we got to do a better job in the red area.
Defensively, you stifled IU in that first half. What needs to continue from that group?
We got to do a better job, first of all, not jumping all sides, okay, giving them free plays. The next thing is we got to contain the quarterback. Guys stepped up, moved around, extend some plays. We got to keep him bottled up, make him throw from the pocket.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Here's a toss to Samson James to start the second half and a pickup of 5 on first down. Can Indiana lean on their run game, or is it just not going to work?
I think you have to sprinkle it in there, but they're not going to take this game over by running the football. It's really their passing game that makes them dangerous.
And they swing it out to the tight end, Matt Bjorson.
Look, that's a pass. It's an RPO. It's a run-pass option, but that basically is an extension of their run game.
Katie's making friends. Smokey down on the sideline. Smokey's just happy to be in warmer weather. He was wearing a blanket through much of November. Temperature in the high 70s on the first coast today. Straight ahead run gets him just 1 yard. Go back to the point you were making about the tight end Bjorson and turning the passing game into the run game.
Yeah, they're going to run it. That's a zone read run that they just called there when the defensive end coming up the field. Ramsey hands it off, but we're going to call these run plays, but some of them are going to turn into throws at the line of scrimmage to the tight end. Sometimes it's to a wide receiver. I think Kalen DeBoer just looks at that as a run, because it's not really a pass. It's a called run that just ends up in someone other than the running back's hands.
Peyton Hendershot back in the game at tight end. And they swing it out once again on that short pass. It's Ty Freifogel.
And that's example, basically, of, spit it outside the numbers to Freifogel. And I think in Kalen DeBoer's mind, the offensive coordinator for Indiana, that's no different than a sweep.
Ramsey 10 of 16 in this game, but averaging less than 5 yards per completion. 3rd and 5. Ramsey scrambles again. Jeremy Pruitt said we got to contain him. They don't. And he takes it down to the 35-yard line. Missed tackle for Tennessee by Darrell Taylor.
Well, it's good coverage by Daniel Batuli. He's trying to work Hendershot, but Batuli stays with him. And so you look at Ramsey, he's looking for him, but when Hendershot turns around, he's not there. Ramsey takes off.
Flag came flying in late. Sean Schamberger with a tackle on Peyton Hendershot, who now holds the Indiana record for tight ends in both catches and yards. And it doesn't seem like Hendershot has been 100% since he took a shot to the shoulder in the first quarter.
Holding, offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
It's a wide receiver, Walt Fillier.
You go back to that big play on 3rd down by Ramsey. You see him looking to his right. He's looking for Hendershot, and he just takes off running. Just has such a good feel to when to take off and run with the football, when to hang in the pocket. Certainly not helped here by the holding penalty.
Played for his dad in high school. Rumored that he never lost a sprint during high school practices. Setting up a screen. They swing it back to Peyton Hendershot. He's got blockers, and he's going to rumble down the sideline before being taken down by Greg Emerson, and that shoulder really hurt him after he fell on it that time.
It's an outstanding job by Matthew Bedford, the left tackle, out in space.
Hendershot got the shoulder wrecked in the first quarter on a tackle by Nigel Warrior. And Hendershot showing incredible guts to continue playing in this game. He may not be here for long.
Curiosity. It's our most human instinct. Before we even knew what a question was, we asked one. Curiosity ignites our imagination. In search of inspiration and daring new ideas. At Lexus, our greatest curiosity isn't a machine. It's you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
Now only at Domino's for $7.99 each, you can carry out all 5 crust options with any 3 toppings. Sometimes large foldable Brooklyn-style crust is a perfect fit. Or carry out any of our 5 crusts for just $7.99 every day, only at Domino's.
The wait is over. T-Mobile is lighting up 5G nationwide. While some 5G signals go only blocks, T-Mobile 5G goes miles. Beyond the big cities, to the small towns, to the people. Now, millions of Americans can have access to 5G on T-Mobile. And this is just the beginning. T-Mobile, the first and only nationwide 5G network.
Better give me your attention and undervibe my dose. Made it through. Making moves. I need some room.
Stream your favorite sports, stories, and series with ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Get all 3 for just $12.99 a month.
Indiana tight end Peyton Hendershot, 9th in the country in receptions by a tight end. And he's taken some big shots tonight. Fell awkwardly after this fantastic play. This was in the first quarter when he took the shot from Warrior, and then this last play.
This comes down to that right shoulder, and he's been battling through it, and be a big loss if he can't come back in. He's been such a reliable receiver for this Indiana offense.
Ramsey hands it off to Samson James. And James is able to pick up the first down. Daryl Middleton the stop. Indiana trying to find some answers in their running game without Stevie Scott III, who was injured in the second to last week of the regular season. So they turn to the freshman out of Avon, Indiana, James, a 4-star recruit, a one-time Ohio State commitment, and the highest rated recruit in Indiana history. It's James again. To'o is there alongside Aubrey Solomon. There's Stevie Scott. He was in full pads during warm-ups, out there running around with the team, but not able to go.
And you think about his production this season, had nearly 850 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, and talking to the coaches prior to the game, and just say they're, most all-around back, a complete back for them, and so trying to piece it together with his backups.
Ramsey pressured again, slings one complete. He's able to find Nick Westbrook for a pickup of 7.
Peyton Ramsey, this is about playing the quarterback position. Good movement in the pocket. Just great feel, subtle movement.
Another QB sneak on 3rd and 1. We got a flag in the play, and he was left short. By the way, Peyton Hendershot, number 86, at the bottom of the pile. He re-entered the game 2 plays ago.
Offside. Defense, number 79, lining up in the neutral zone.
Oh, my goodness.
5-yard penalty results in a first down.
You think about Katie's interview with Jeremy Pruitt. He basically said, first thing we need to do is not jump off sides and give him a free play. Now you get 3rd and 1, a quarterback sneak. You just line up off sides. Hand behind the ball, hat behind the hand, and you're not off sides.
Daniel Batuli, 35 in orange, injured on that play. He's the leader on the defensive side of the ball for Tennessee. Had an SEC high 19 tackles in Tennessee's win at Kentucky.
Kalen DeBoer, the offensive coordinator for Indiana, doing a good job of changing tempo, Tom. I mean, you see you get in some of these short yardage situations, and next thing you know, they speed it up, and it's a quarterback sneak.
Indiana fans anxious for a win. Tip off your weekend in the new year with a star-studded NBA doubleheader Friday on ESPN and the ESPN app. Joel Embiid and the 76ers take on James Harden and the Rockets at 8 Eastern, followed by the Lakers and AD as they host his former team, the Pelicans, at the Staples Center. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7. J.J. Peterson is in the game to replace the injured Daniel Batuli. With all due respect to the freshman Peterson, that is a major loss. Tenth play of the drive for Indiana, 1st and goal. Ramsey will tuck and run again, fakes the pass, and gets spun around before gaining the 5. Alante Taylor, the tackle for Tennessee.
Good decision by Peyton Ramsey, running crossers underneath, trying to get a pick play, expecting man coverage. They end up getting zone coverage. There's really no one there, and Ramsey does a nice job of just finding a way to escape and fall forward a little bit.
Ramsey perfect, 4 for 4 this drive. Whistles, and the play is dead before it started. Indiana used a timeout.
First charge timeout, Indiana.
Hoosiers may have taken themselves out of 6.
Maybe it's being in the setting that's almost as beautiful as she is. Maybe it's the simple luxury of finding a moment in time just for the two of you. Whatever it is, there's something different about Amelia Island. Something ever so slightly romantic. Come embrace her for yourself. and come make memories. Only Lexus asks questions like these, because we believe the most amazing machines are inspired by you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
What's up, guys? If you know me, then you know I'm a huge fan of the ketogenic diet, which helps me perform at my peak. If you're looking for a low-carb way to lose weight, then the Keto 30 Challenge could be perfect for you.
Start your day with a keto meal shake. Eat 2 low-carb meals. Drink a refreshing and energizing Keto BHB and get moving.
With KetoLogic's Keto 30 Challenge.
Available at these fine retailers, or go to ketologic.com or amazon.com and use coupon code ESPN20TV.
Jessica, we need to leave right now. I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a meaning no one knows. Wait until we set
So
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy. Confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, brought to you by St. Augustine Ponte Vedra. Enjoy family fun at Nights of Lights this holiday season. Lexus, experience amazing. And Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Bowl activities this week. Tennessee visited Naval Station Mayport, one of 3 major Navy installations in the Jacksonville area, and home to our Navy's 4th Fleet. Kicks for the scoring so far this one. Tennessee leading Indiana 6-3. Hoosiers as deep as they've been into Tennessee territory as they look at a 2nd and goal. Hendershot in the game at tight end. And we've got movement. Matthew Bedford, the freshman left tackle.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
This is the 5th different offensive line combination for Indiana in the last 7 games. They've started 3 different left tackles this season, including Bedford, who was injured and didn't play in the Purdue game. So 2nd and goal from the 10. Tennessee trying to get lined up. J.J. Peterson in the game at linebacker. Ramsey's going to run with it to the 5, to the goal line, and they got him down at the 1-foot line. Jalen McCullough brought him down just short of pay dirt.
And here goes Indiana speeding the tempo up on some of these short yardage situations.
And once again, it's Ramsey with the QB sneak, and he takes it in for the touchdown. It's a 3rd rushing touchdown the last 2 games for Ramsey. And the junior quarterback has given Indiana its first lead of the night.
Tom, you asked me if Indiana could get it going with the run game. My answer was no, but I wasn't accounting for Peyton Ramsey to take off and run on design passes. It's really been the difference. You go back to that 3rd and 5 play, a run for 16 yards, and then a huge run down in the red zone.
Logan Justice on for the point after. He made a chip shot field goal to close the half to give Indiana its first points. 7 rushing touchdowns in the season for Ramsey, who regained his starting job late in the season after Michael Penix Jr., the freshman, was lost with a shoulder injury.
These quarterback sneaks have been good to Indiana because Ramsey just finds that soft spot.
What's your view as a quarterback in those scenarios?
Well, you're looking for a bubble in the defense along that defensive line. You don't want to sneak it right where there's some big 310-pound defensive tackle, and so that's what Peyton Ramsey has done. He's kind of navigated to a soft spot and been successful 3 times now.
Justice punches through the point after. Now let's look at tonight's clutch delivery, brought to you by Chipotle.
Well, Indiana likes to control the football, and they like to pass it as well, but one of the ways you're able to do that is when your quarterback will make good decisions. Get a tight end delay to Hendershot after a Ramsey run, and then back to, Ramsey moving in the pocket with a great feel, knowing when to hang in there, and then also knowing when to take off as he does there, and then calling his number once again to punch it in.
So let me ask you this. If you're Tennessee and you're trying to defend now the QB run with Ramsey, the leading rusher, he's not exactly Lamar Jackson, but do you start treating him like Lamar Jackson?
No, I don't think you treat him like Lamar Jackson, but I think what you have to do is tell the guys that you have a little more awareness of quarterback runs. The other thing you can do in your pass rush when you're rushing four is twist. Twists will pick up, a quarterback that thinks he has an opening when he's climbing in the pocket, and so rather than a straight four-man rush, you run some games up front with your defensive line.
Short kickoff, Ty Chandler from the 5. Chandler breaks it to the 40, to the logo, and he's into Indiana territory on a fantastic return that covers 47 yards. And now Tennessee's offense is set up with a short field.
Well, Tom, you called it. It was a short kick, and Ty Chandler does a good job of fielding it, and he has elite speed. He hits this one pretty hard. Indiana's fortunate that he wasn't able to get beyond the defense there. But outstanding field position for this Tennessee offense. And they get number 15, Juwan Jennings, back on the field.
Jennings, a leading receiver, one of the best in school history, and a team leader. He is tough as nails, and he leads college football in broken tackles from the wide receiver position. He's number 15 in orange. He's in there blocking as Eric Gray goes straight ahead for one. How soon do you get the ball to Jennings, or at least go his way?
Well, I think really soon. To me, I would not have surprised me if they, got it in his hands on that first play. But I would think somewhere in this first set of 3 plays here, Juwan Jennings needs to touch the football.
On play action, Jennings double move. And he's intercepted. Indiana with the return. And the Hoosiers have daylight. Touchdown, Indiana, Jamar Johnson. It's like Johnson knew where they were going.
I think the whole building knew where they were going. They were trying to go to Juwan Jennings. And Jamar Johnson does an excellent job of playing the football. It's a bad throw by Jared Garantano. Ball's just too far behind. And Jamar Johnson makes a play on the football, and then outstanding return with guys rallying on the defensive side to get him into the end zone. 2
of the last 3 Tennessee plays have been interceptions. Officially a 63-yard return for Johnson. His second straight game with a pick. His first 2 of his career, and the extra point off the upright. The kicking issues continue for Indiana and Logan Justice. But this gave Indiana great momentum.
New life here for Indiana. Jamar Johnson with the pick, and then taken to the house, and those Vols fans cannot believe it.
Welcome to the only bowl on air that you can actually eat. Order now and get free delivery for a limited time.
On the season finale of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Something big is terrorizing Fansville.
It threw that goalpost like a toothpick.
It punched a hole in the Jumbotron.
I found this.
Big fan. I'll help you find your big fan, Sheriff. He wears shoulder pads with spikes in them. He doesn't just drink Dr. Pepper. He eats it. He'll be at the biggest tailgate of the year. The mayor's got to shut down that tailgate. Big fan is not real.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Start a resolution you'll actually keep. Straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces.
Go from this to this. Or this to this. Join over 500,000 satisfied grinners. 95% of club members keep their new Smile resolution. Start your new Smile resolution for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Only Lexus asks questions like these, because we believe the most amazing machines are inspired by you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
Welcome to the only bowl on air that you can actually eat. Order now and get free delivery for a limited time.
A game-changing pick 6 for Indiana and Jamar Johnson. Here's how it developed.
Well, it's just a bad throw. The read is not the problem. You're going to run a go route here with Callaway. Basically what happens, it's a sail route, a run to the corner. And if Garantano will lead Jennings, who's trying to get the football to, if you lead him to the sideline, he's wide open. Instead, the ball is thrown back in here, and Johnson is able to step in front of it and pick it off. It's the right read, the right place to go with the football. It's just not the right throw. And then it's a great return. Maybe some running back or receiver skills by Jamar Johnson on the way to the end zone.
Defensive end James Head helped him out with a tackle. Indiana has the momentum here after taking their first lead of the game on a QB sneak and then backing it up 2 plays later with the pick 6. Ty Chandler will let it go over his head. And Tennessee's making a change at quarterback. Brian Maurer, freshman from up in Ocala, Florida, was only the 11th true freshman quarterback to start in Tennessee history. He's been in 5 games, but he has yet to finish one. And this is a message being sent to Jarrett Garantano.
It is. I'm surprised by the move. I understand his last 2 passes have been picked off. But we've seen him play this season. You know, we've seen Jarrett Garantano struggle, but we've seen him come out of the adversity. And I'm not saying you couldn't make a move at some point, but I'm surprised we saw it so quickly.
Tripped up in the backfield and nothing doing for Ty Chandler. The last significant action Brian Maurer saw came in a Saturday night game at Lexington. He got the start against Kentucky. He went 7 for 16 in that game. He was pulled at the half. Garantano replaced him. And the first step towards redemption is Garantano led Tennessee to a comeback win.
And I think the concern is you know, Garantano knows the protection schemes, knows how to adjust, knows the different route adjustments, and I think there's some concern that Maurer does not.
Nice stop up front. So the next step then is offensive coordinator Jim Chaney might have to simplify things for Tennessee's offense.
Absolutely you do, and you especially need to do it on 3rd and long, because you have to think that Kane Womack right now is thinking, if they let him drop back and pass the football, it should be another turnover opportunity. And so you expect Indiana to try to be creative, change the picture to confuse the young quarterback.
Hoosiers haven't been a great takeaway team this season, but they are here in the postseason. Jennings, number 15, is in the slot. Maurer on the run. Complete. And a Tennessee first down. Able to find Josh Palmer for 15.
And that's a good play. You know, just escape outside the pocket to the right. And, you know, you think about the instincts that Maurer has. Probably the best thing he has going for him as a true freshman that hasn't, you know, learned a whole lot yet. Escape outside the pocket. You see the athleticism and the arm talent. You know, Jeremy Pruitt did say to us, you know, as a thrower, Brian Maurer, you know, have the same type of confidence in him as a thrower as Jarrett Garantano, but
4-star recruit, Elite 11 quarterback. Handoff straight ahead run, Eric Gray. And he busts through before Alfred Bryant could bring him down. 18 yards.
It's another good block by Trey Smith. Good cutback run by Eric Gray, and good movement by Trey Smith to allow it to happen. And that'll help. If you can run the football, it will help Brian Maurer because you'll be able to use your play action, which will simplify things for him in the pass protection situation in terms of identifying who he's hot off of or who there needs to be a sight adjustment off of, which they need to do with him in the ballgame.
Maurer with a nice cutback and a high step to take it to the 35, an 8-yard scramble. Maurer's health has been an issue over the course of the season. He was knocked out of a pair of games, both Mississippi State and Alabama. That's what opened the door for Garantano's return. Second and 2.
And you wonder at 2nd and 2 if this is an area to take a shot. Try to block it up. They have guys in there. You could have an 8-man protection. Take a shot down the field.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's a first down run for Gray. Tron Burgess with the stop after a pickup of 4.
Certainly been a youth movement here tonight for Tennessee when you think about it. When you talk about Keaton playing earlier in the game, Eric Gray, you know, involved big time in the run game, a little less Tim Jordan and Ty Chandler. A quick move to Brian Maurer.
Talking with Jeremy Pruitt about his quarterback situation. There were rumors midway through the season that Jarrett Garantano may end up entering the transfer portal. He assured us yesterday, he said, no, Jarrett Garantano's not going anywhere. We're going to have a quarterback competition. Maurer part of it, and that one's tipped and falls incomplete. Burgess with an athletic play to put it in the air.
Well, as Tennessee's fortunate that this isn't picked off. This one's absolutely forced. Running 4 verticals, but they're running out of trip set, and Jennings is the guy they want to get the football to, but he's not open there. Guy underneath, guy over the top. The ball has to go somewhere else.
So the first pass to Jennings was just a bad pass. That one was a force. 8th play of the drive. Most of the success on the ground this drive for Tennessee, so they'll keep it there. And Eric Gray picks up 4 yards. Check in with Katie.
Well, I've got to hand it to Garantano, guys. He's not on the sideline hanging his head. He's intently watching. When Maurer completed his first pass, he started clapping for his teammate. When Gray broke off on that run, he was high-fiving the guys around him. So visibly from the outside looking in, he's doing a nice job handling the benching.
It's nothing new for Garantano. He's had a season full of ups and downs. Maurer had Jennings open, goes over the middle, tipped. And another opportunity for Indiana, trying to get it to Palmer. Devon Matthews, whose nickname is Monster, had the tip. You get the nickname Monster when, as an 8-year-old defensive end, you knock off the quarterback's helmet on a sack.
And Maurer lucky again here, as you just see, kind of staring down, and when you do that, you allow Matthews to drive on the football, and Josh Palmer was standing there for a second. Maurer's a little late getting it to him.
43-yard field goal attempt for Brett Cimaglia. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And just has enough leg to get it over the crossbar. 10-play, 49-yard drive ends with 3. Now let's look at what's in store this postseason. Brought to you by Macy's. Coming down the home stretch. Friday, Ohio, Nevada. Saturday, Southern Miss, Tulane. Monday night on ESPN. The Raging Cajuns taking on Miami, and then the national championship with the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow, I think it makes him so fun to watch is his ability to extend plays. A lot of talk about what Joe Brady has done for that LSU offense, but what Joe Burrow and his ability, time to throw, you're talking about nearly 10 seconds. It's hard for anybody, especially with the talent at wide receiver that LSU has. And how about his play against Oklahoma in the college football playoff semifinal? I mean, just remarkable. Nearly 500 yards passing, counting for 8 touchdowns. I mean, those are video game numbers.
Sure.
Not a gamer, Tom, but those are video game numbers.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Little Sega Genesis 95 back in the day.
There you go. Probably with the Blackhawks, by the way. Do you expect that game to live up to its billing in terms of the offense it's expected?
I know this. I've seen Clemson in person 3 times this year, and they are littered with talent, as is LSU. And so I do think it's going to live up to the billing. When you think about, you know, all this talk about the offense, and I think there'll be massive firepower. The job Brent Venables has done with that defense after losing so many guys to the NFL has been remarkable, and I'm interested to see how he tries to defend Joe Burrow.
Let's see how Tennessee tries to defend Peyton Ramsey. His scrambling has turned into the biggest threat on the ground, averaging 4 yards a carry and 53 yards as IU's leading rusher. Daniel Batuli back on the field for Tennessee after a trip to the medical tent on the previous drive.
And it looked like he was poked in the eye, and I think that he's got a visor on.
Samson James is the tailback. So you get your senior leader back on the field defensively. Same thing with their senior leader Jennings on the offensive side. Quick hit to the outside, nearly jumped to Lante Taylor. Watch Daniel Batuli get the sign from the sideline. Covering his eye to better focus?
I mean, maybe. I believe that he got, I thought for a second he had a visor. He does not. And I thought when he was helped off the field that he was covering his eye, and it looked like he was probably poked in the eye. And so maybe back out there, playing with one eye.
The athletic training staff was definitely giving him vision tests on the field. Batuli coming on a blitz. Ramsey gets rid of it to that spot, and it's Nick Westbrook tiptoeing down the sideline. First down for Indiana.
Well, Indiana gets man coverage, and what they're going to do is they're going to run a shallow cross here, and they're also going to run a bunch of traffic, and that is going to allow this shallow to come wide open. It's good play design, good timing, good way to get Nick Westbrook the football on the move.
Longest play of the night for the Hoosiers. Rod Lloyd with the carry. He's able to find 2 yards in his first touch of the night. Big Matthew Butler in on the stop. Tom Allen's team looking to find their first bowl win in a long time. Not a whole lot of postseason success for Indiana in their career.
Mentioned a long time, 28 years. None of these players were alive for Indiana.
Play action. Ramsey looking for James. Instead, he'll go deeper. And that catch made on the sideline by Miles Marshall. Pickup of 20. 2 of the longest plays of the night for Indiana on this drive.
Yeah, it's a similar play to the interception Garantano threw. It's a little sail route by Marshall. And that's great ball location. Ramsey, a very accurate passer. And Kalen DeBoer, offense coordinator for Indiana, in a rhythm here with this offense.
Current Fresno State head coach. Toss to James, and he is surrounded by orange, starting with Jalen McCullough. Loss of 4. Now 2nd of 14 for Indiana. Flag down. Ramsey lets it go to the outside to Ty Freifogel. Got thrown down. It's a gain of 11. Bryce Thompson with a 2-point takedown. Offside is going to be against Tennessee and Aubrey Solomon. What is that, the 4th time tonight one of Tennessee's defensive linemen has been flagged?
Offside. Defense, number 98, lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
So interesting choice. You get a choice of 2nd and 9 or 3rd and 3, and they take the penalty.
And I think I would as well. 2 shots at it. the right decision by Tom Allen, but you're right. I mean, Jeremy Pruitt told us you can't jump off sides, especially, and I'll say it again, it's not like these are edge rushers. These are guys at defensive tackle that aren't known for their pass rush ability.
Ramsey, pocket collapses, and they get him again. They've just beaten Indiana with brute strength when they get to the quarterback. Third sack of the night for Tennessee, Roman Harrison.
And that time they're bringing pressure, and too many guys for Indiana to pick up. They eventually get there, and that one fooled Peyton Ramsey.
An offensive line for Indiana's second fewest sacks per pass attempt in the Big Ten. Hadn't been the case tonight. Third and long. Pressure coming from the safety. Ramsey flush, gets rid of it, incomplete. Kavon Bennett out of Fort Lauderdale got in the backfield. Indiana's kicker, Logan Justice, missed an extra point earlier tonight. He is just 1 for 4 since starting the season, 14 for 14. This is a 49-yard attempt. His career long is 50. He misses 2 long ones left against Purdue. And this one is perfect. Peyton Ramsey will help his teammates celebrate. Logan Justice extends the Indiana lead.
It's a big kick. You mentioned the numbers. Great start to the season. Struggling, missed an extra point tonight from 49, and that one was true.
Hoosiers needing every point they can get. Tom Allen's team playing in Florida in the bowl game for the first time ever. This is a recruiting base for every major college football program, and Tom Allen, a former high school coach in this state, is wearing out the recruiting trail here. Oh, basketball coming off of a loss to Arkansas. Why not? Here's what's at stake for the Hoosiers. First bowl win since '91. First 9-win season since they went to the Rose Bowl in 1967.
Those numbers are astounding, and I think it's one of the reasons why when you talk to people around this program, they really felt like this was a special year. You know, that's why Kalen DeBoer, you mentioned, he's the current Fresno State head coach, still wanted to call plays for this Indiana team in this bowl game, and why they were so excited. They felt like to play an SEC team down here in Florida. Pretty good showing so far.
No return for Tennessee. Back to a state where Tom Allen coached. Also was a high school coach in Indiana, and we took the Hoosiers job. He said, I'm a numbers guy. I came in 2017 with a checklist, 50, 26, and 10. It had been 50 years since Indiana's last Big Ten title, 26 years since their last bowl win, and 10 years since the last winning season. They've checked off one of those 3 with one more still to come. Garetano is now back in the game at quarterback. That's odd.
As a guy that played the position, I would agree with you, Tom. There's really not much more for me to add. It's hard to go in and out. They were playing with fire last time, I thought, with Maurer.
Garetano hands off to Ty Chandler. Juwan Jennings still without a catch. It seems like if Tennessee is going to get back in this game, they'll need to do 2 things. You need to get it to Jennings, and they'll need to get some big plays from the running game.
Yes, you do. And you know, there's different ways to manufacture touches to your best player when he's a wide receiver. We've seen him, you know, take the direct snap at quarterback. We've seen him on reverses. We've seen him, you know, just spit the ball out to him, because you referenced earlier how good he is once the ball is in his hands. Gonna find ways to make that happen.
Garetano hands it off straight ahead. What's the discussion like typically in a sideline situation when you pull the starter and then come back to him and say, oh, by the way, you're going back in?
Yeah, well, I mean, typically, if you're going to put the guy back in, they'll say, hey, listen, we're going to pull you over here for you to take a breath and take a look at it. It's going to be one drive. Now, I don't know if they said that to him, and it appeared that he was by himself on the sideline. But you got to think about this. Garetano's last completion was over an hour ago, midway through the second quarter, and now you're back in, down 10 points, entering the fourth.
10-point lead for Indiana as we head to the fourth quarter. the Tech Slayer Gator Bowl in Jacksonville.
Sixers, Rockets, Pelicans, Lakers, tomorrow on ESPN.
We are a force.
A tax-slaying force. We march forward with a trusted family-owned company at our backs.
With the right tools, at the right price, right at our fingertips.
We start free and get our biggest refund possible.
Guaranteed.
For most of the year, we're everyday people.
But right now, we're all tax slayers.
And taxes don't stand a chance. Tax Slayer. It's your refund. Go get it.
Your skin has different needs at night. That's why there's Gold Bond Overnight Lotion. Works while you sleep, penetrating 10 layers deep as hyaluronic acid locks in moisture. Wake up to rejuvenated looking skin. Gold Bond Overnight Lotion.
Only Lexus asks questions like these, because we believe the most amazing machines are inspired by you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
The famous Meat Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more... You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Incline going high today. Woo! We are burning calories now.
The higher the incline, the higher the calorie burn.
We're gonna climb up right into the clouds. Absolutely stunning. Wow, just take a moment to look at that. Nicely done. Beautiful job today. That hike was incredible. Doesn't get any better than that.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a US licensed physician, and if treatment is right for you, you'll get genuine medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
Welcome back to the Tech Slayer Gator Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Not much action in the pool tonight, but Indiana fans, you might think about it because you're getting snow and highs in the 30s this weekend. This weather you've seen if you're on this trip has been the best you'll see for a while.
After seeing Tom Allen's pregame speech, I could see him doing some cannonballs in there after the game.
Hoosiers with a 19-9 lead on Tennessee. They came into this game in the underdog. They have won every game as a favorite this season. They've won the games they're supposed to. Generally speaking, they've lost the ones they were favored to. No catches yet for Juwan Jennings. Tennessee needs a comeback to find their 6th straight win of the season. Garantano stumbles, and he took the ball down with him. Pressure came from Jerome Johnson.
Indiana does not do a good job typically with just a 4-man rush, and they are there. I mean, I think Johnson, a little bit fortunate as he stumbles, he's there, and Garantano's trying to escape. He's just able to reach a paw out and get him down there.
Johnson, not just a great football player, is the best singer on the team, sang at the student-athlete banquet last year. He sang John Legend this time, and he ran into Garantano yesterday, too. That one hit the Tennessee player, did it? And they'll mark this one after a bad punt all the way up near midfield. And Tennessee just generally unaware. It'll be a 24-yard punt. Jeremy Pruitt itching for a comeback here tonight, but it hasn't worked for him. Historically, Tennessee is 0-10 under Pruitt when entering the fourth quarter trailing.
The ruling on the field, the ball was illegally touched by the kicking team. The ball be placed at the 47-yard line. First down.
What goes through your mind as a quarterback after you're pulled?
Well, listen, if you're not told that you're going to just sit for a series, and you're not going to like that anyway, yeah, you're still in self-doubt. Your last two passes were interceptions. You come out of the football game not knowing if you're going to get another shot to get back in there. It's hard to play quarterback that way.
Ramsey steps up and delivers. Complete for a first down to Ty Freifogel. It's a pickup of 20. The passing game has been on point this half.
Well, that's a great throw by Peyton Ramsey. The ability to layer the football. You know, he doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not overpowering you with a cannon for an arm, but he got a good enough arm to make all the throws. And then that throw there, the change of the ball speed and trajectory to get it up and over to Freifogel, that was really well done on a cool design play.
On the ground, toe-to-toe with the tackle on Ronnie Walker, pickup of 2.
You look back at this throw, what they're trying to do is basically a double move to Freifogel. You see him stutter, and then the ability at that point over Warrior to get it up and down. Kind of having all of the clubs, you know, in your bag. Peyton Ramsey.
Ramsey 7 of 9 over the century mark in this second half. Ramsey's going to take it himself. He's going to win the edge, and he will scramble out of bounds right at the marker. A pickup of 9 and an Indiana first down.
Kalen DeBoer is on to something here. Indiana's lining up in empty. Then they'll motion the back into the backfield and then motion him strong to the 3 receiver side. If a linebacker ends up going with them, now they're running the quarterback draw because you have numbers, a hat for a hat in the run game. You just get enough of the guys in front, and now you have your quarterback, and you have nobody to account for him. It's good play design and play calling by Kalen DeBoer.
On the end around, Tennessee had that one well played. Watt Fillier had nowhere to go. And Kebab Bennett out of St. Thomas Aquinas down at Fort Lauderdale is going to limp out of the game. Son of Cornelius Bennett.
Great Buffalo Bill. Bills playing in the playoffs this weekend on ABC and ESPN.
5 Super Bowls in his 14-year career. I told you what a great company guy you are.
That's what I do.
2nd and 17. Over the middle, complete. Pickup of 3 to Nick Westbrook.
You know, I think here, we're going to say to your quarterback, well, we're protecting a 10-point lead. Be smart with it. May call a pass, may call a shot play, but I would not be surprised to see something we saw before, whether it's a quarterback draw, something like that. On 3rd and forever down in here, just be happy to be kicking a field goal.
Although the kicking game has been an adventure. Tennessee shows pressure. Ramsey saw it, made a check. And we got a flag, and they didn't get it off in time.
Second charge timeout. Indiana.
10-point Indiana lead, looking to add to it here in the 4th.
Curiosity. It's our most human instinct. Before we even knew what a question was, we asked one. Curiosity ignites our imagination in search of inspiration and daring new ideas. At Lexus, our greatest curiosity isn't a machine, it's you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
Fired up.
Duralast, proven tough so you can plow through winter. And only at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination.
Now only at Domino's for $7.99 each, you can carry out all 5 crust options with any 3 toppings. Sometimes large foldable Brooklyn-style crust is a perfect fit. Or carry out any of our 5 crusts for just $7.99 every day, only at Domino's.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
Better give me your attention and undervote. Made it through. Making moves. I need some room.
Here's a look at the Bowl Challenge Cup standings brought to you by Progressive. Trophy will be awarded to the conference that has the best winning percentage in the postseason. Last year was Conference USA. This season, SEC in control. SEC's won 6 out of their 8. 1 more to go. And that's a big one. And that's a big trophy. 19-9, Indiana with the lead over Tennessee. And the Hoosiers coming out of the timeout looking at a 3rd and 15. Ramsey dumps it out of the backfield to Ronnie Walker. Sheds one guy. Gets taken down from behind. And a gain of 9.
And the timeout, I think, was good for Indiana's offense. You have a chance for your quarterback to come to the sideline. You explain the situation. They're running 4 vertical routes into the end zone. He checks it down to the back. They pick up 9, and now it's an easier field goal attempt for their kicker.
Easier said than done. 30-yard attempt for Logan Justice, who's made 2 field goals, but doinked his point after attempt. Punter Whitehead is his holder. And he splits the uprights. Indiana 22, Tennessee 9. 10:27 to go.
Oh, wow, new Toyota? Yeah, we got a great deal at Toyotathon.
Huh. Yeah.
Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon.
Whew, we made it.
Yeah, we did.
What makes an amazing deal even better? Toyota Care. It's a no-cost maintenance plan for 2 years or 25,000 miles, plus roadside assistance for 2 years and unlimited miles.
Toyotathon is on, but it all ends January 6th.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm a parking guy, and on game day, my moves are my moneymaker. And the more cars I stuff into this yard, perfect, the more money I make. Seriously? Come on, pal, you got this. There you go.
Got room for one more?
Oh, yeah, right over there. Hey, cheap parking. Get what you paid for. And if you got cut rate car insurance, you might end up paying for this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
At T-Mobile, start 2020 off with a deal on iPhone 11 that'll have you seeing double. Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 2 lines of unlimited for only $90 and 2 iPhone 11s on us. All on T-Mobile's newest, most powerful signal that goes farther than ever before. Get twice the deal with 2 lines of unlimited for $90. 2 iPhone 11s on us.
Everything's better, yeah, it's better like that.
Only at T-Mobile.
Start selling your waffle maker in the time it takes to toast a waffle.
Not using it? Just sell it, ship it, and get paid. With Mercari, the selling app.
Are you ready to get wild? Seasons are ready to be made and broken. Are you ready?
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Brought to you by Tax Slayer. It's your refund. Go get it. And Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today during the Toyotathon sales event.
Earlier this week, both teams stuffed 500 bags of non-perishable food along with a handwritten inspirational note to Northeast Florida elementary schools. 1 in 5 students in Jacksonville did not have enough food to be fed on the weekend, so bags were provided to over 1,000 students here in Jacksonville to ensure that they had food for this weekend. 22-9, Indiana with the lead. There's a trophy that awaits the winner, and the Hoosiers trying to knock off Tennessee in just a second meeting ever between these two programs. Last time Indiana played Tennessee, a few months earlier, Keith Smart had hit a big jump shot in New Orleans to give the Hoosiers a national championship on the hardwood. Jared Stoller kicking off for Indiana. A line drive, and Ty Chandler watches it hit the pylon and a touchback. Capital One Bowl Mania continues Friday afternoon on ESPN as Ohio faces Nevada in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It's Ohio's 5th straight year in a bowl game, while Nevada is playing in their 12th bowl in the last 14 years. It's Friday at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. What about Joe Burrow's dad? He's at Ohio for a long time. Now he's just a fan, and they go back to a bowl game for the 5th year.
That's pretty cool. I think pretty good year for Dad Burrow.
Yeah, son wins the Heisman.
I mean, Ohio back in a bowl game. Son has video game numbers in the college football playoff.
And you're adding a pretty swell trophy to the family trophy case. Garantano going deep into coverage. The only guy open was wearing cream and crimson. That was Reese Taylor.
That one there was almost like it was a premeditated shot down the field. And I think Garantano maybe had a shot to Callaway if he leads him across the field, rather than trying to throw him up the field, and just overshoots it.
Linebacker pressure coming. Garantano evades it, but it can't quite escape Indiana. Turns into a gain of 1. Allen Stallings, the 4th, part of Tom Allen's first recruiting class, in on the stop.
Yeah, Allen Stallings and DeMarcus Elliott do an excellent job of just sticking with it. I thought Garantano had a chance to escape outside the pocket, and Elliott did a great job of retracing his steps, falling off of his pass rush, and able to make a play before Garantano could escape.
Indiana hasn't won a bowl game since Trent Green was their quarterback. The 91 Copper. 3rd and 8. Complete, but nothing. A loss of 1 on the completion to Tim Jordan. Micah McFadden with the stop.
3-man rush by Indiana, basically daring Garantano to throw it down the field. Nobody's open, and it's hard to throw against drop 8 and 3rd and long, no passing situations. And just think about how this started for Garantano. Starts off 11 of 16, and then things have just fallen apart.
Paxton Brooks to punt it away. Walt Fillier from the 30. Going the wrong way. 43-yard punt. He lost 7 on the return. Alontae Taylor with the special teams stop. It's been a frustrating night all around for Big Orange.
Our Sonic blockbuster season continues Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
It's always a 3-day weekend at Golden Corral, featuring Fish Fry Fridays, Prime Rib Saturdays, and Carvery Sundays. 3 premium nights all year long. You can't beat 3-day weekends at Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
You gotta be over there, I think, now.
No, either down there. This is the spot right here.
Sure about this?
We're good. We're really close.
Check it out, babe.
Yeah.
The more challenging the journey, the more satisfying the rewards. Experience capability crafted by Lexus. The new GX and incomparable LX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Wendy's is the official hamburger of the NCAA. But the hamburgers aren't just for the officials. They're for anyone, even kickers. And right now, you can officially get your game day meal delivered through the Wendy's app.
Grubhub, America's leader in food delivery, just got better. Introducing Perks, millions of dollars in deals and free food nationwide. Download the Grubhub app today and get free delivery on your first order.
For the first time ever, the 2020 College Football National Championship is in 4K on DirecTV, the leader in 4K live sports. Call today to request your upgrade or visit AT&T.com/upgrade4K for more details.
Limited opportunities for Indiana, but they haven't won a bowl game since 1991. Let's take you back to the Copper Bowl against Baylor. Bill Mallory coaching against Grant Taft. And Von Dunbar had a 5-yard touchdown run. I'm not sure this was in high definition, but sweet uniforms for the Hoosiers. And then Trent Green, plunges in to make it 24-0, and the party was on at Kilroy's.
Trent Green, obviously great Hoosier, a great NFL career. A 91 Copper, huh?
You spent a lot of time watching film from the 91 Copper getting ready for this game, didn't you?
I did, which is why that Von Dunbar run was such a big deal.
Peyton Ramsey's been a big deal tonight for Indiana. He's been the heart and soul of this Hoosier team over the course of the season. And a guy named after the former Tennessee great who's trying to lead Indiana to a bowl win.
Also got to meet Archie prior to the game. They let Archie know that he was named after Archie's son Peyton.
And to be clear, it's not like he was named after the Super Bowl champion Peyton Manning. Just do the math. He was named after the Tennessee Volunteer Peyton Manning. Well, he'd only been in Indy for like a year.
Peyton was pretty good at the Volunteers.
Oh, understood. Yes, of course he was. Point being, you would assume, well, yeah, the family grew up in Indianapolis. Of course, he's named after a Colt. Not really.
But his dad is a high school football coach and probably had a pretty good bead that Peyton Manning was going to do just fine.
So read the scouting report, inside information, inside tackle on Samson James. Here's Katie with more.
Well, Peyton's not the only Ramsey son to be named after a legendary quarterback. His older brother Tanner is named after Joe Montana, while his younger brother Drew is named after Drew Bledsoe. And as many times as the Ramsey family has been shown and noted for this, Peyton says announcers always seem to leave out Carly, his little sister, which she often complains about to the family. So today is the day, Carly Ramsey. We are giving you the shout out you deserve, girl.
I believe she was named after Carly Simon. Is that accurate?
That is not accurate, Tom.
It was said on television once. 3rd and 8 now for Peyton Ramsey. Pressure coming up the middle. He goes deep down the sideline, and lockdown coverage coming from Alante Taylor and Ty Freifogel. Katie?
I gotta say, you guys, I've been searching everywhere for the Ramsey family in their seats on this Indiana sideline, and they are not anywhere to be found. It's got to be the old coach in him. He must be pacing somewhere in the concourse.
Yeah, that's a scouting report we got on Dad Doug. It's hard for him to sit still in any game. His dad was a quarterback at Louisville before going on to Cincinnati Elder. A couple of state championship games in the early 2000s. state championship wins, and they went back to the state title game this season. Hayden Whitehead to punt it away to Marquez Callaway. Callaway lets it roll. Past the midway point of the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time for Tennessee if they can find a way to get their offense on track.
On a Suspicious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Hey, you're late.
I was just getting more Dr. Pepper.
Is that Dijon mustard? Are you seeing another grill?
No.
Was it her? What does she have that I don't?
She has an onion volcano. Look.
She uses propane. This is natural, girl.
Tastes the same to me.
What?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of
Force.
We do taxes right.
And we file them for free. No surprises, no hidden fees.
Just the biggest refund possible, guaranteed. TaxSlayer. It's your refund. Go get it.
Want a resolution that doesn't involve a scale? Straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces. Go from this to this. Or this to this. Join over 500,000 satisfied grinners. 95% of club members keep their new smile resolution. Start your new smile resolution for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
When fingertips, knuckles, and cuticles get cracked, you need relief that gets right to the point. Gold Bond Cracked Skin Relief, designed to precisely fill cracks, instantly soothe. 94% saw noticeable improvement. Gold Bond Cracked Skin Relief.
With Domino's $5.99 Mix and Match deal, you can feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person.
My wallet.
Or your daughter can.
Keep the change.
Feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person with the $5.99 Mix and Match deal at Domino's.
Create Your Own Ultimate Feast is back at Red Lobster with new creations to choose from, like rich butter-poached Maine lobster and crispy crab-stuffed shrimp rangoon. How will you pick just 4 of 10? It won't be easy. Better hurry in.
All in the family, but a very disappointed family for these Tennessee fans. At least they got a pretzel out of the deal. 22-9, Indiana with the lead. 7:06 to go from Jacksonville. Eric Gray in at running back next to Jarrett Garantano. Juwan Jennings still without a catch tonight. Garantano over the middle, gets it to Gray. Running back takes it to the 30. Pickup of 12.
I think it's important for Garantano in this situation. Obviously, you're down a bunch. Don't force it. Be patient. Throw a check down. Pick up 12. You can march down the field doing that.
Indiana brings 5. And once again, same thing you said. This is Gray again. 21 yards that time before Marcelino Ball brings him down. Injured Indiana players. Raekwon Jones. He was injured in the first quarter of this game and missed a few plays. Jones has been through a lot. 5th-year senior out of Lynn Haven, Florida. Family homes destroyed during Hurricane Michael, October of 18. He just came in really awkwardly.
Kind of misses it. Head really slams against the ground. I think there was a little kind of disappointment by some of these Tennessee fans, thinking that maybe it was to slow the momentum of this Tennessee drive. But
by the way, the family losing their homes in Hurricane Michael had a bit of a silver lining. The Indiana fans helped raise over $16,000 to get the family back into an apartment in the Pensacola area. That's something that the NCAA years ago did not allow, but in extenuating circumstances like that.
Yeah, you can only imagine what that is like for a young man while he's away, you know, at school. And the coaches talked about how it's hard for guys and the demands of college football and going to school. You have the stresses back home. And these coaches at Indiana could not speak higher praise Raekwon Jones in terms of, you know, kind of how he's handled the adversity in his life, the type of guy he is to coach, the type of teammate he is, and they've been thrilled to have him.
There's some folks that thought that Raekwon Jones going into his junior year could develop into an NFL linebacker, and playing with family needs in the back of your mind, the pressure that that has to perform, to try to make good for your family, that got to be overwhelming. Aaron Casey replaces him at linebacker. Garantano. Complete to the 25-yard line. And that's the first catch of the game for Jawan Jennings.
You can see how he is so dangerous. He's basically covered. There's a guy underneath him, the receiver, a DB over the top. That ball's thrown kind of high and away. Great adjustment to the ball.
Garantano, another completion. And a big hit on Ty Chandler, who picks up 8. So Tennessee rolling now through the passing of Jarrett Garantano, who earlier this half was pulled from the game.
And I think Indiana has decided to play things a little soft. Here they come with the pressure.
Garantano drilled as he lets it go, but Jennings hauls it in. Broke the first tackle. He leads the nation in broken tackles from the wide receiver position.
Yeah, Indiana was sitting back, kind of playing coverage. I think Kane Womack had basically said, enough of that, we're going to come after you. That was an all-out blitz that nearly got home. The danger in doing that is then you free up Jennings with one-on-one coverage, and as you said, so dangerous once the ball's in his hands.
Garantano 5 of 5 in this drive. They show pressure again, but drop off. That corner of the end zone. And he's misfired on every one of those so far tonight. Callaway defended by Tawan Mullen.
And I think you look at their red zone struggles tonight. You know, these big wide receivers against these smaller defensive backs for Indiana. You would think when you get one-on-one opportunities, throwing the goal line fade,
I'm sorry,
maybe
but
it's your best chance.
I'm sorry, that's the greatest koozie I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty incredible. You don't have one?
Not yet. 2nd and 10. Jennings in motion. Can they go back to him? Garantano looking deeper. Too high. Again trying to find Marquez Callaway. Third and 10. The drive started with Garantano getting the ball to Eric Gray out of the backfield. That gave him momentum.
And Indiana kind of gone back to playing a little bit more coverage, and we've seen them pick up more than 10 yards by checking the football down. Garantano can't be shy about doing that here.
He hit his first 5 on this drive. To the slant, not even close, but there's a reason. A flag coming. Jawan Jennings was held coming out of his break. Jamar Johnson, who had the pick 6 earlier.
Holding, defense, number 22. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And you see the move by Jennings. Jamar Johnson's playing inside leverage. Just good patience on the route by Jennings, and good setup outside, fight underneath, and that's what draws the flag. And on 3rd and 10, sometimes that's your best play.
So fresh set of downs. Jennings right up bottom of your television screen. Matched up with Reese Taylor now. Gray sidesteps a guy. Sidestepped another. Could have gotten in, it seemed like, and Raekwon Jones brought him down. Only 3.
And if I'm Tennessee, I'm not afraid to keep running the football. What Indiana is doing is they are bracketing Jennings. Now they move him into the bunch, but you're basically Indiana devoting 2 players for Jennings, which gives you a number count advantage in the run game.
Here's the toss to Gray. And he's brought down short. 3rd and goal coming up. Jones in on the tackle again. Jerome Johnson assisted. This will be the 10th play of the drive. Remember, Tennessee's first possession got them to the goal line. They were stopped short on 4th and goal. And now the Volunteers are going to go to linebacker Quavarius Crouch to come in the backfield. He's your lead blocker. Crouch gets a carry and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Second rushing touchdown of the season for Quavaris Couch, a freshman from Charlotte.
It's power football. Get down here in the red zone. Bring in a 250-pound linebacker. Put him at tailback. Jared Garantano obviously relieved. That's an impressive drive, though, by Garantano. Not forcing anything down the field. Take what the defense gives you. Get down and tight and power football behind your talented left guard.
Brent Samaglia for the point after, and it sneaks in. Garantano on that drive, 5 of 7 for 69 yards. Deficit is now 6. Monday, January 13th. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN. It's the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Heisman winner Joe Burrow, number 1 LSU, take on Trevor Lawrence, and number 3 Clemson at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. It's on ESPN and also on the ESPN app.
And as you look at these guys right now, Joe Burrow easily could be the first pick in this coming April's draft, and then you look forward to a year from now, I think there's probably any doubt that it would be Trevor Lawrence. And so how about that? Championship game. The two guys that really could end up being the number 1 overall pick quarterbacks.
I think the difference is you could have seen that coming with Lawrence. Last year with Joe Burrow, nobody saw it coming. Get a new offense, one that he's more comfortable in, and voila.
Yeah, and speak about being comfortable. I mean, just look at the poise that he has had all season long, and as the expectations have risen, he just seems unfazed by it. And I don't think you have to look any further than last week's game, the semifinal. Even afterwards, it just seemed like he just went out for a jog.
Onside kick. Tennessee has a chance, and Gray gets it. Paxton Brooks with the perfect dribbler, and Tennessee's got the momentum now, trailing by 6 with the ball.
What a call by Jeremy Pruitt. Just needs to go 10 yards. Excellent execution with the kick. And that looks like it goes 10 yards to me. Wow.
Don't pay too much attention to the left foot of Eric Gray. It's where the ball is, not where the player is. Just like a touchback on a punt. Pac-12 replay crew taking a long look at it.
Tell you what, Eric Gray, who's had a nice night in the backfield, true freshman, I think he does an excellent job here of just waiting a little bit. I don't think there's enough that you could ever overturn that. I believe that goes 10 yards. Good patience by Gray. Outstanding kick. Incredible call.
So Michael McCabe has a headset on, talking with the Pac-12 crew up in the booth. No centralized replay in the bowl season until you get to the national championship game. So they're looking at it with looks that we're giving them from our television truck. Tom Allen trying to get Indiana to keep this momentum. David Lambro and Dave Paczynski, 2 replay officials tonight.
I think Eric Gray does an amazing job not extending his hands. He's patient to let this ball come to him. Look at him here. Kind of lets it get into his body, which allows it to go the 10 yards.
And he's doing it with an Indiana player within 3 yards of him. The awareness and the ability combined.
Yeah, and how about Jeremy Pruitt? You know, you think about how this season started for Tennessee. The fact that they've won their last 5. This game has not gone the way that I'm sure they planned on it going. They played 2 quarterbacks.
After review, the ruling on the field of illegal recovery by the kicking team stands as called. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 4:19.
So here we go, 4:20 to go. Garantano found rhythm by going to the running back out of the backfield last drive. How do you get him to find that same rhythm on this drive?
Well, I think in this situation, you can run your regular offense. There's 4:20 left. There was more of a sense of urgency when you weren't sure how many possessions you were going to get when they got the ball last time around. And so I don't think you need to go crazy here. You've run the football well. You're kind of leaning on this Indiana defense. I don't think you need to get away from that.
Hoosiers bring only 4. Complete to Palmer. And Palmer takes it to the 30. Multiple flags coming for a face mask. It'll be 24 plus.
They're in empty. They're going to get a pressure from here, and Palmer's just going to run the seam route. I was critical of Garantano not playing with anticipation earlier. Well, there's some anticipation. Sees the pressure, ball out quickly. That's a good job. Attack on 15.
Foul. Face mask. Defense number 7. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Tennessee team that started their season 0-2 for the first time since 1988. In the first game of the season, they were upset as 26-point favorites against Georgia State. The first non-Power 5 loss since the game after Philip Fulmer resigned. Garantano looking end zone. Overshoots Palmer. Volunteers followed that week 1 loss up with a blown lead late in the game against BYU. Lost in overtime at home to go to 0-2.
You know, Jeremy Pruitt talked about his team had faced some adversity, you know, even in the wins, and he thinks that his young team has kind of built up some calluses and handled it the right way. And you know, I think his quarterback is pretty, you can describe him that way also.
Gray has a huge hole, and he's got a touchdown. Eric Gray recovered the onside kick to start this drive, and now he takes it in from 16 yards out. The Hoosiers, who missed an extra point earlier this game, now face a chance to fall behind if Tennessee can make theirs. Here's Brent Samaglia. Tennessee hasn't missed an extra point in 5 years. And that'll continue for the time being. And Tennessee reclaims the lead. Up 1 with Peyton Ramsey ready to get back on the field.
A good call by Jim Chaney, offensive coordinator for Tennessee, because Indiana really playing pass. And by playing pass, one of the things you can do when a team is kind of getting after you, trying to confuse you, you can split them in the run game. Little double team here by the center and right guard. And then watch Trey Smith as he gets out into space here. Gets a good block there, cover up, which allows Eric Gray to cut it up inside. Talked about this offensive line for Tennessee, kind of leaning on this defense of Indiana, wearing them down a little bit. These big bodies for Tennessee. Quite honestly, that's what's happening. Then you split them in the run game while Indiana's expecting pass.
Redemption for Garantano.
The thing about Garantano, doesn't complete a pass in the third quarter. And he throws a pick 6.
Yeah, no, he completed passes to the other guys. 2 of them.
Well, in the fourth quarter, what a response, and obviously the run game helping him out.
No return for Indiana. The message pregame was simple for Tom Allen. Leave it all out on the field.
When you finish tonight, you finish empty. Nothing left. Nothing left inside of you.
And Peyton Ramsey has left it all on the field tonight. His uniform started white. It is covered in green now.
His play in this football game has been kind of representative of what he's done all season long, and now he's got the opportunity of a lifetime with some crowd noise to help this Tennessee defense.
going deep on the first play. What a grab and an Indiana first down. Ty Freifogel, 39 yards for the Hoosiers.
That's an awesome throw by Peyton Ramsey. Inside fade, pretty good coverage. Freifogel wins. You talk about poise and accuracy under pressure.
Chased, grabbed, and he got rid of it. There's no flag. Daniel Batuli had him wrapped up. Tennessee wanted intentional grounding.
Go back to that first down play. You see Freifogel on the slide. He's got off coverage, but it's man, that inside fade so hard to defend because the wide receiver's got so much room to fade to the sideline because he's the inside receiver there. And really, really good throw because it wasn't bad coverage by Jalen McCullough.
Kicker Logan Justice has made 3 field goals tonight, the longest 49, but he has missed an extra point. Pressure on Ramsey, and they get him. Alontae Taylor of the busted coverage the play before turns in a sack for a loss of 4.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the pressure coming from here, and what's happening is the offensive line is sliding out this way. But the right guard, Nora, he doesn't slide out, and because he doesn't slide out, they miss it. So Ramsey thinks he's protected, but the bust by the right guard leads to the sack.
3rd down, 19. Ramsey trying to run for it with a pitch. What a beautiful play. Ronnie Walker gets forced out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and Peyton Ramsey just playing backyard football now.
He's playing backyard football, and that's exactly what they needed. I mean, it's 3rd and forever. You just need to chip, like take a chunk out of it, basically chip away so that you have a chance on 4th down. Now at 4th and 8, you have plays in the playbook.
Well, the play they're going for is a long field goal for Logan Justice. His career long is 50. But remember, in the final regular season game, he went 0 for 3. This would be from 52 in the Indiana lead. Timeout taken by Tennessee.
First charge timeout, Tennessee. This is a 30-second timeout.
And Peyton Ramsey on that last play. It's 3rd and 19. Tennessee generating decent pressure. Escapes inside the pocket, and what great awareness by Peyton Ramsey. You called it backyard football, Tom. That's exactly right. And a lot of what Peyton Ramsey has done tonight has been backyard football. A lot of scrambles, runs on design pass plays. He's been outstanding.
Watch Jeremy Pruitt calling the timeout on the Tennessee sideline. Tom Allen was thinking the same thing on the Indiana sideline.
Well, I initially thought that it was Allen that called the timeout and didn't understand it, because when you just look at this situation, you're kicking the field goal. Not only are you kind of icing your kicker by doing that, but you want to save that timeout in the event that he misses it.
Sure.
So I was surprised, unless they were rethinking their decision to kick the field goal.
Let's take you back to the one miss tonight from Logan Justice. It was his shortest kick of the night. He doinked it off the right upright. Now he's made 3 others. Keep in mind, the 2 long kicks that he missed against Purdue were a pair of kicks that he pulled to the right. His 49-yarder earlier this game was center cut. This will be from 52. Sean Racker is the long snapper. The punter, Hayden Whitehead, is the holder. Long snapper's a freshman. He's got the leg, but he overcooked it. Redemption not part of the Justice storyline tonight.
You mentioned that he had the leg initially off his foot. It looked good, and that one, I think because of the difference, the distance, pulled it a little too much.
Disbelief from Peyton Ramsey. 2:12 to go. Indiana can stop the clock once. Eric Gray tripped up in the backfield by Tawan Mullen. Pardon me, Ty Chandler on the carry. And Indiana will use its timeout here at 2:06.
Third and final charge timeout. Indiana. This is a 30-second timeout.
There's confusion before that kick by Justice. He lines up to kick it, and it's almost like the ball may be moved or the holder was changing his spot, because Justice then runs up to get set back up to kick it.
The officials were preventing Indiana from snapping it for some reason. There was no substitution situation on either side at that point.
Just, you know, enough confusion to cause a little bit of doubt. You know, not helpful when you think about the routines that kickers, you know, do, and then the clock is running down, and so you typically want a reset of the play clock, and that was an unusual setup to the kick.
2nd and 9. Ty Chandler will take the direct snap. They split Garantano out, and Chandler gets submarine for gain of 3. Reminder, fans can check out the ESPN app for the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One immediately following the game. And what a game this has been. The majority of the offense coming after the intermission. It was a 6-3 Tennessee lead at half. Indiana 16-point third quarter. Tennessee a 14-point fourth quarter. Clock running 1:35. Another direct snap. This time it's Juwan Jennings. And Jennings with a surge made it interesting. And we'll see where the spot is. On the far side it looked good. Near side it didn't.
Jennings got to be careful there. Look, they're doing these direct snaps here because they obviously, you know, want to take out the, you know, an exchange fumble. Jennings fighting for that extra yardage. It's usually when the ball gets popped out.
That was a generous spot. Obviously the yellow line unofficial. Go back to week 1 of the season when Tennessee was upset by Georgia State at home, and after that game Juwan Jennings had an interesting quote. He said, "I didn't sign up for a 1-game fight. This is a 12-game fight." He was held out of the first half of this game, and if he gets a first down on this run, it'll be enough to seal it for Tennessee, and it would be fitting. Consider the fight that he's shown all season. First down, Tennessee. And Juwan Jennings providing the final punch. This crew will have a chance to review it, and that's what they're going to do right now to look at the spot. There was some confusion from the officials, Tim, because even from the marker standpoint on the near side, they were off 2 yards.
And you see, I was mentioning Jennings continuing to fight here. See how loose that football is?
I mean,
and
by the yellow line.
And by the yellow line, it's not close.
Where's the ball when his knee is down? Needed the 44.
Yeah,
and he's going to be a half yard short, is he not?
I believe that he is, Tom. I think that's exactly right. Now listen, he missed the first half, and so he's like, listen, I'm going to do anything I can. I'm going to shimmy forward a little bit.
I'm tired of watching this game on television in the locker room. Now, if they overturn it, they'll need to get the proper yardage and time on the clock. So if they do what we expect to happen and put a foot short of the marker, that's going to leave 4th down. And Tom Allen's team will still have a fighting chance.
When you think about what's happened here, if it's not a first down, it's a 4th down and they're punting it. Part of the challenge.
After review, it was determined that the runner was down at the 43-yard line, short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down and 1 at the 43.5-yard line.
Remember, Tom Allen was a special teams coach when he was on Hugh Freeze's staff at Ole Miss. Indiana has 1 punt block this season. It came in week 2 against Eastern Illinois. You go after it or you set up a return?
Well, it looks like Tennessee is leaving their offense on the field.
Tennessee has 2 timeouts left.
Maybe you try to get Indiana to jump off sides, burn one of those timeouts, Tom. But I think punting it is the right decision here.
Volunteers run up on the ball. And it looked to me like the center, Brandon Kennedy, moved the ball when they ran up there. Maybe unintentional from a momentum standpoint with that rush to the line.
Illegal snap infraction, offense number 56. Picking the ball up and moving it forward.
Can't do that.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Work with Jeff Saturday, the longtime Indianapolis Colts center, Peyton Manning center for a long time, and he used to run over to the sideline and be like, Coach, if you need a half yard, I can get you a half yard. I can move that ball forward a half yard. And
well, here's why that's such a big mistake. That stops the clock. They would have been able, with a punt, to run it down to 45 seconds.
Well, and here's the other situation. Because they've been going direct snap to, Jennings and to Ty Chandler, they weren't totally draining the play clock. That last run by Jennings, there was 8 seconds left on the play clock. And so not having a quarterback that's taking the snap.
And now Tennessee will use their timeout.
First charge timeout. Tennessee. This is a 30-second timeout.
Jeremy Pruitt not pleased. You know who's pleased? John Anderson and Kenny Mayne. They're sticking around for SportsCenter as soon as we're done. They'll preview the AFC wildcard game between the Titans and Patriots, plus an exclusive interview with J.J. Watt, who's playing Saturday after surgery 2 months ago for a torn pec. Bills-Texans game, 4:35 Eastern Saturday on both ESPN and ABC. And reports from around the NFL and the current head coach openings. SportsCenter is next here on ESPN and the ESPN app.
When you think about that situation there, I don't know if it was intentional, the moving of the ball, but I mean, you think about what happened there in that chain of events. Is you get the penalty, stop the clock, and then Pruitt's upset about it, and so he's yelling at the official, and the offense is still out there. Had to take a timeout.
Instead of immediately sending in the punt team. Paxton Brooks to punt it away. Walt Fillier back. Indiana has not returned a punt for a touchdown this season. And that one's going to check and trickle out of bounds. And Indiana will have 55 seconds to work under the direction of Peyton Ramsey. Last year's starter. He lost a job in fall camp. Got a chance to come in multiple situations backing up Michael Penix. Penix was lost for the year with a shoulder injury. Ramsey took over, and he found glory last time out in the rivalry game at Purdue, carried off the field on the shoulders of his offensive lineman. Does he have another moment this season?
Well, he's got all kinds of time. 55 seconds left. Clock stopping. When you get a first down or out of bounds, obviously. And just needing to have an opportunity to kick a field goal.
Three-man rush. Over the middle. Complete to his tight end, Peyton Henderhorst. 48 seconds. Clock will stop for a moment. 24-yard gain.
Yeah, and working the middle of the field is what you're going to have to do. It's just a three-man rush, playing three deep defenders, rolling up the corners. The middle of the field is where you're going to be open.
And out of the sideline. And that was open for Nick Westbrook. A pickup of 13. 39 seconds.
Yeah, and if I'm Tennessee, I may be reevaluating this situation here. You've been getting pressure rushing for. Wouldn't be opposed to getting back to doing that because Peyton Ramsey is having time and he's finding people open.
6 defensive backs in the field for UT. They bring pressure this time. Ramsey goes over the middle, incomplete.
You called it, Tom. They brought pressure. They bring the corner from the boundary. It's Bryce Thompson. And he's about to get home on Ramsey, which is why Ramsey gets rid of it quickly. I think Jeremy Pruitt had seen enough of sitting back in that soft zone. I think it's the right decision to try to heat Ramsey up.
Kicker Justice missed from 52 last time. They bring 3. Floated and incomplete. Trying to drop it into Nick Westbrook, and Nigel Warrior nearly picked it off.
Yeah, I think it was just the wrong throw by Ramsey because Westbrook is open. If he'll just kind of shoot this to him rather than throwing it up and over, wouldn't allow Warrior to kind of recover and make a play on the football. Good instincts by Warrior.
Indiana doesn't have any timeouts left. They need at least 10 to get in the field goal range. Ramsey trying to buy time. And he fires to the sideline. That'll bring up 4th and 10.
I think you really need to work the middle of the field with what Tennessee is doing. They're rolling up the corners, and they're playing with help behind them. They basically attack from the numbers to the hash mark. That's where the holes are going to be. There's just got to be, got to protect enough to allow the guys down the field, obviously on 4th down, to get the first down.
Timeout taken by Tennessee. Their final timeout. Must be a major advantage for Indiana to get a chance to talk about it here.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Tom Allen implored his guys before the game in the locker room, leave it all out on the field. Well, Indiana, 23 seconds left on the clock and a 4th and 10, looking for their first bowl win since '91.
And I think for Tennessee, you know, he's talking to Jeremy Pruitt leading up to this game. It feels like, you know, that dominant edge rusher, they don't have that guy right now. You know, it feels like he has it coming in this next recruiting class, but situations like this where you want to play soft coverage, you want to drop 8, Tom, well, you better have somebody that can come screaming off the edge and close out a football game if you're going to do that. And, you know, they don't feel like they have that player, and I think it's one of the reasons why if I were Tennessee, I would maybe bring one of those pressures that we saw in an earlier down.
Number 19 in orange, Darrell Taylor is their sack leader. Normally a linebacker, they got him up on the line of scrimmage alongside Batuli. Here comes Taylor. Ramsey steps up. Low throw incomplete. Tennessee's going to hold on. This game, a microcosm of Tennessee's season. Ups, downs, confusion, players upset, quarterback gets pulled. Yet somehow Tennessee is 18 seconds away from winning its 6th consecutive game. What an effort by Peyton Ramsey tonight.
Tremendous effort by Peyton Ramsey. There's a strong effort by this Indiana football program. You're exactly right. This basically is representative of their entire season. Every aspect of it, and I think the onside kick recovery, the surprise onside, the call by Jeremy Pruitt, the execution of that play, the momentum swing of that to steal a possession, unbelievable.
Tennessee trailed by 13 in the final 5 minutes. FBS teams this season 0-471 when trailing by that margin in the last 5 minutes. The first comeback of its kind in college football this year. Now for tonight's Capital One player of the game, it's Eric Gray. He scored the game-winning touchdown that was set up by his recovering of the onside kick.
Ran the ball hard today. He was good out of the backfield, catching it. And, you know, Tennessee said they'd go with the hot-handed running back. They did that. He's able to punch it into the end zone. And the play in awareness on the surprise onside kick. Strong effort by the true freshman running back.
What a fantastic performance here tonight. Bowl season has been sensational. Our final score, Tennessee 23, Indiana 22. Tim Hasselbeck, Katie George, I'm Tom Hart. Remember, for live coverage of this game, the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One, go to the ESPN app. Now, SportsCenter.